need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut.
Coach JB.
Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. How did
You are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. Use not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's talking.
Got to get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight, and I said that guy can be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap. Smitty and Jason Brown.
To the Coach JB Show.
What up? It is Free Game Friday right here on the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. We got a loaded lineup for you today. A triple header, three-headed monster. Big Matt McChesney, Shaun King, Jeff Nadu going to chime in at the end. We'll break down all things college football betting, preseason, NFL, plus NFL's first few weekends on the slate. We're going to break that down today with him to end the show. Shaun King joins us. We're going to talk all things QBs. Especially the debate last night, is Joe Milton already ahead of Drake May? We're going to dive into that as well right out the gate. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Smitty does that with you better than me, so we'll dive into that as well later on. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. Hit that like button and go on over to betonline.ag. Use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, and get you 50% off welcome bonus. Plus, join our winnable.com/slap-picks and join our first down package today. And then go on your cell phone and your cellular device and download the Discord app and then find Slap Nation and join that as well. Plus, for all the new merch and everything up to date, head on over to CoachJBStore.com and get you some merch, which is fire. Women, men, boys, girls, no made-up humans, but everybody else, boys and girls. Actual with a human body part, born from the gods, from your mom. Go on over there. No made-up human shit here on the realest show on Planet ERF. Pound that like, and let's dive into it. It is Free Game Friday. I will give you that free game. And make sure you pound that like every time you come in the front door. Let's get into things. USA rallies from 17 down to beat Serbia, led by the Joker, as defense takes over down the stretch to get us, the U.S., a 4-point victory. Now, Charles Barkley has come out and criticized Steve Kerr regarding minutes played and why these games have been closer than they should be or need to be. I agree with Charles Barkley on this. This team should not be tested. We are making excuses as to why games are close and how the rest of the world has caught up with us. It's a joke and it's an excuse. Stop making excuses. Stop being mediocre, people. We're America. We're supposed to be the best of the in the world of all time, Craig. Best in the world, Craig. Tatum again should play. Tatum can come off the bench at any given moment and score anytime down the court that he wants to, just as Steph Curry did last night, dropping 36. Just as KD can take anyone off the dribble at any given time, just as LeBron can have a triple-double at any given time. This is a joke this morning, hearing the fucking excuses as to why the world has caught up and how one fucking guy, the NBA MVP, Joker, can single-handedly keep Serbia in the game versus 3 first-ballot Hall of fucking Famers and a bunch of NBA All-Stars. Stop the bullshit, people. Stop making excuses. There's not a team in the world as loaded as this one, and we're down 17 to Serbia with the Joker, and I believe who they got, fucking Bogdanovic. Stop the cap, as y'all would say. Let's dive into the show, man. The NFL preseason highlighted last night by a spin-out Joe Milton run that everybody's in fucking awe about today. I'm going to break that down with Smitty. He throws a touchdown, and he catches the eyes of all people that think that is how you play quarterback. Can't wait to dive in and be the hater that I am, according to all you fucks out there. We're going to find out tonight what the real quarterback position looks like. Tonight, we got 3 preseason games. Justin Fields makes his debut for the Steelers. Jerry Jones is hot and says, you know what? No urgency to get a deal done with CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb goes on Twitter, cries like a little broad, and Micah Parsons retweets it to start the fire. This is the Cowboys in a nutshell, an absolute shit show. Caleb Williams says Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford are his top 2 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. And the NFL gives first look at its technology. The technology that will replace the chain gang. Sad day in American sports if we replace the 2 old white guys holding the chains every single Sunday. We got college football preview with Jeff Nadu and Shaun King. But before we begin, my lovely co-host, Naptown legend, 317, Far East Sider, LeBron Hairline Having, Lamar Jackson Lovin', AR5 Defending, Caitlin Clark, Fox Sports' very own Big Smitty.
Look, it's Big Smitty. Naptown 317 be my city. JB, he gonna ride there with me. That's my coach. He gonna ride there with me. Got the red on, and you know what that mean. When I get mad, I don't even turn green. I turn red. And then I look at. Let me stop playing. What's going on, y'all? We live on a Friday. It's Free Game Friday, man. Camp Crystal Lake. Shout out to Jason, man. You see my shirt, Live for Today. Go to lftclothingbrand.com right now. Get your merch. We got Lucy Lou in this motherfucker. We got Captain Lucky. We got Matt Noble. We got Bradley. We got John Jackson. We got Young Gene. We got Hello Good Morning. We got Mark Rideout. We got Q Baby 28. We got members only in this thing right now. Jazzy Jazz is in the building. I'm hyped right now. What's going on, Bailey, in the background?
Why you wearing red?
You know I'm wearing red. It's my favorite color, number 1. Number 2, that's the only reason. Because I'm cool with both sides, so I ain't even going to play like that. I'm cool with love. Yeah. I got people on both sides I'm cool with. Shout out to my homie Willie. Shout out to my, you know what I mean? Shout out to, I'm cool on both sides. I'm neutral. I don't bang. I'm not from out here.
I don't bang. I rock the good rhyme. I don't bang, I rock the good rhyme. I'm just a victim of neighborhood crime. Let's go. Let's dive into the show, Smitty. I don't know if you're ready for the show.
I've been ready for this show. If I ain't ready for no other show, I'm ready for this show.
I mean, hey.
It's a lot of steak.
Huh?
A
lot of what?
That clap you do, like, it gets me every time. Like, before you start anything, you clap. I bet before you lay down with an AE, you just clap. All right, let's get it.
Clap that ass. Speaking of AE, there's not going on.
It's free game. It's free game. Say it for later. Say it for later. Don't forget, though, because I want that story. Do not forget. Write it down real quick. Your memory sucks.
Yeah. I got some.
Write it down.
Got some blood in my sheets. I don't know why. Let's dive into this thing. We got to get this show going. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you haven't. We got a lot going on. You thirsty? Let's dive into it. Right out the gate, Smitty. Let's get to the quote of the day. Brought to you by Bet Online.
What up, man? The real Coach JB here for the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We got a proud new sponsor, of course, for the second part of the year, and that's Bet Online. Continue to be your number 1 source for all basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. March Madness is here. Join us every Monday and Friday with Jeff Nadu as we will pick them and up to minute odds stats, and trends. You can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop to your mobile device. Head on over to BetOnline today. Become part of the team and remember to use promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Peace.
Smitty, don't you feel like sometimes you just you say whatever you want and say say whatever you want?
Yeah.
I just look at the chat responding to shit I be saying. It's fucking funny. Like they just I don't know. I just live like you want. Live like you want. I don't know.
Life is short.
Like don't you ever feel like that? Life is short, dog. I'm gonna die. When I die, I'm gonna make sure I have a plan.
Okay.
Like if I get like I just got smoked for some reason on a drive-by or something, I got a plan. I got a plan for that, to where the money go. Okay. I got a plan for if I'm dying and I'm sick, and I got a plan for that way.
Okay.
But I have a plan at the end of the day, Smitty, that there is $0 in my account. Zero.
I like that mindset. So you're going to spend it all before you die?
I spend it every month.
Well, I hope I'm on your wheel, JB.
You're not right now. But I'm just saying,
right
like,
okay. You said not right now?
Huh?
So that means I have an opportunity to get on there then. So I need a chance. I'm going to keep on working.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, am I not on your wheel?
I don't have a wheel. Quote of the day. Yeah, I haven't done a wheel.
You need to get that done because you're getting old, bro. And you got a daughter. You got a homie. You got friends.
I ain't giving her shit.
No, give her a little something. Give her a little something. It's still your daughter. You know what I mean?
I give her a squirt of piss. Quote of the day. Children will follow our examples more than our advice.
Perfect quote. I didn't know you was going that route. Perfect quote.
Children will follow our examples more than our advice. Now.
Exactly.
Yeah, however you want to spin that, that's the truth. That's like Kodak Black going out there the other day. I tried to explain to y'all. That's like when mentors go out there and do certain things, why other folks see it, especially the babies. Children will always follow the example. They're not listening to us, contrary to D. Jones and everybody in the chat.
John Jackson, you soft. You can't fight.
I don't even look at the chat. Don't put your energy in the chat.
Everything negative.
I don't even look at the chat no more. I don't even know what you're talking about. Contrary to belief, I've been telling Smitty this for a whole year, man. Stop looking at the chat. Contrary to belief, telling the truth and making someone cry is better than telling a lie and making someone smile.
Ooh-wee. That's not always true.
That's 1,000% true, but y'all don't want to accept it as the truth. That's the problem. See the difference?
You're going to tell Shorty that she looked fat as fuck in that dress.
Tell her what?
That she looked fat as fuck in that dress.
Like PHAT or?
Nah, the other one.
So FAT?
Yep.
If I tell her she'll look fat, I'm fucking with her?
I'm asking you, though, like use this example. You said telling the truth and making someone cry is better than telling a lie and making someone smile.
Yeah.
So if a girl looks fat, in your opinion, in the dress, and she asks you how she looks, you're going to just tell her like it is. You're going to say, girl, you look fat as fuck. And I mean that negatively. You look horrible in that dress. You're going to just say it like that?
Yeah, it's not negative, though.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you look horrible to get you motivated. Like, so I'm going to tell. So see, that's the difference between you and me. You'll go up to this fat bitch and tell her.
To this what?
Hey, girl, you look fire. You bad as a motherfucker. And no, you're not. She's not. She's 600 pounds. He's 5'8". And no, you're not baddie. Sorry, you're not that fine. You are actually a blob of shit. You need to go drink some diet water. You need to go start a workout plan. Go start a diet. And don't wear those fucking tights and that tight ass dress. Your titties flopping everywhere, cellulite everywhere. You look like a fucking... No, Smitty. Stop spreading lies. Lies hurt you in the long run. You know what's going to happen, Smitty? She goes home to her man.
Mm-hmm.
And then she finds out the man been cheating on her the whole time because he's tired of looking at her fat ass. And then guess what? She now is crying at the end of the day from not the truth I told her, but from the lie you told her, homie. Drop that shit.
Forget everything you just said. What did you call it at the very, very beginning of that rant?
Huh?
Hmm?
What did I call who?
This girl who you're describing, what did you call her at the very beginning of the rant?
So Glorock or whatever her name is, Glorock, you know, the big fucking she you would tell her, hey girl, keep grinding, you look good. Well, hey boy, or whatever you are.
I would say keep grinding. Yeah, I wouldn't say I just would like flip it. I'd be like, hey.
Yeah, because you're just too nice.
Sometimes I'm like, hey, just keep working.
Sometimes
Glorocks.
Sometimes, Smitty, you're too nice. Like sometimes you gotta just like, hey man, fuck. Like
sometimes you gotta just pop up and show people, huh?
Like Gorlock the Destroyer, she walks in Fox trying to get a gig, and you'd be like, damn, girl, you looking good today in them fucking yoga pants. Like, is that what you're gonna tell her? Seriously, that's what you're gonna tell her, and she gonna smile, shit, and then JB walk in. On Speak for Yourself. Like I'm sitting next to Joy and everybody. I got an interview.
It's called Speak.
You guys already prepped me. Like, don't cuss JB. Don't say nothing about it. Don't say nothing, please. And they got motherfuckers sweating in there because I'm on the show. And then guess what? Then Gorlock walk in, and I say, God damn, when's the last time you had some fucking diet water? And then guess what? I'm the asshole. She start crying. I'm the Gorlock. And then motherfuckers is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fucking Gorlock. Like, come on, homie.
Because sometimes you got to hold your tongue, JB. It's called playing the system. You can't. The problem with you say whatever comes to your mind at any second.
That's the only way I know how to live.
No.
$0 in my account, homie.
Most humans have like this thing in their brain.
Filter.
Like that kind of filters stuff for a hot second. It's a quick. It takes a split second to just think about what you're thinking about, and then think if that makes sense to say that right now, or should I hold that in? It's not about being soft. It's just a little filter right here. It's the same thing, like in a different way. Just stay with me. But it's the same brain muscle that's used when, like, if you're a kid, most kids don't cuss in front of their parents. Now, I know white households, y'all different. Y'all can say whatever for your mamas and daddies. But in black households, we can't really cuss in front of our parents when we're younger. But you go around your friends, you say whatever the fuck you want to say. So for me, I'm saying it's that same muscle used to be able to decipher, okay, I'm with my grandma right now. Let me be respectful. Let me not say X, Y, Z, boom, boom, boom. But you don't have that muscle apparently, or you don't.
It's in the frontal lobe of your brain. It's called the cerebral cortex, frontal. I believe frontal lobe cortex. I'm not sure what it's called. I could be wrong, but what it is my dad took a needle when I was young. He was off some Jamaican rum and whiskey when he busted me out, and was like, boom, stuck a needle in my frontal cortex lobe, and it was truth serum.
Okay.
Yeah, it was truth serum, and the truth serum has been resonated through my body the whole time. So
that's
dope. It's the only thing I never did. Like Ruben's in the chat, he'll tell you probably since I'm the same person I was when I was a little kid with him running around the streets, and I think I used to do the same shit. I used to say the same shit. I'd call the same shit. Ruben, right? We grabbed a little Asian fucking backpack in the hallway and snatched her ass down. We were doing some bad shit.
That was bullying kids in school?
Oh, yeah. Bring bullying back. God
damn. You was a bully?
I was a bully like a motherfucker. Just with Asians and Mexicans.
I know you couldn't fuck with us because you know what happened to you. But
I ran to school, but I ran with brothers, you know.
Yeah, smart move. You see, yeah.
Well, I punked y'all too, though.
No, you
so
did.
yeah,
no,
it was crazy. Yeah.
Don't lie now. I know you're trying to. I don't want to get you in the bad spot. I don't want you. You know what I mean?
Never put me in a bad spot. Any weird red dots or Asians, we'd grab their backpack and snatch that motherfucker. Bow. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what we did. Oh, my bad.
You haven't been like an immigrant since the fucking child. It's been a part of you. Let's go ahead and move forward though to the contrary to belief.
What did I say wrong? I already did contrary to belief.
Did you? My fault, man. That's on me. That's all. We've been talking about this for so long. I didn't know if we did contrary to belief or not. I thought it was a quarter of the fucking day. My fault, man.
Yeah.
Players fuck up too. It's free game Friday. We just turning up. We just here to entertain and be elite. Double E squared. Entertain and be elite. We might have to start a separate LLC for us. That's called Entertain and Elite LLC. And we put everything underneath that. Excuse me?
For me?
Yeah, me and you.
Oh, I thought you meant you and Bailey.
You and I.
Yeah, I never not liked immigrants, by the way. I never didn't like immigrants.
Now that's a coach. That's a football coach right there. That's a serious
you know the immigrants I didn't like? The communist ones that wanted to kill. The ones that wanted to kill us. Like those are the ones I didn't like.
That's one of the best coaches right there, though, in college football right now. PJ Fleck worked his way from the MAC to Minnesota's been there for a long time, win double-digit games, man. They're always a contender each year. We can say we won about them, but they're a contender every single year with all his quote-unquote antics, the road to boat, the swag that JB doesn't like. He's been maintaining a good job.
Keep it right there, Benny. Keep it right there, Benny. If there was a females in the chat, if you guys were across the stadium from him right there, you could tell everything about this man. His ball size, dick size, imprint, everything. The way this motherfucker wears these tight-ass capri shorts, pants, whatever you want to call them. It's just like Deshaun Watson when you guys all said he had a micro penis and all that shit in the chat years ago when I showed that take. This is the same shit. Why would you expose yourself like this, little boy? Why would you do that, elite little boy? I mean, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? When did men wear this on the sideline to coach men? I'm trying to figure that out, Smitty. I see that y'all generation allowed this man to come out there against Ball State and absolutely mollywop you wearing capri pants, homie. Wearing capri pants. You got beat by a dude wearing capri pants, homie. Make it make sense.
JB, but they said that he a better coach than you. That's what they said.
They? Who's they? Show me they again. I want to know.
I gotta find it. It was somebody in the chat, and it was somebody who texted me too.
That's not they though. That's not they though.
Somebody. Nah, it was a coach that
Oh, shout out to TJ, my main man, Riddell.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm mowing the yard at home in Rockport, Texas. Right now, TJ's literally on a big ass like lawnmower you can sit on. He got his tank top, his beater on with some blue jeans. He got his damn hat, his glasses on. He got the phone set up like right in front of the lawnmower thing where you can just watch. And he's mowing the lawn. He took a quick break to send us a C-note. It's C-note Fridays. Thank you to TJ for starting this thing off right. We need 10 C-notes today, so we need 9 more. Shout out to TJ Riddle. We appreciate you, my guy. Always supporting, showing love. C-note Friday, motherfucker.
Shout out. I mean, we know who that was for. Me.
Nah, look, all is coming to me. It's all coming to me.
He don't like brothers. I gotta be honest.
I'm start punking motherfuckers on this show.
He's in Texas, so it's 8:30. 8:30 in the morning. It's probably a little bit of dew. When last summer, I guess there's no dew. It's getting ready to football season. And usually that morning dew on the football field gotta be the best ever. That's why I miss real grass. Get fucking turf as shit, man.
That smell, JB.
Yeah,
that fresh grass in the morning.
The dew. You see the steam coming off. Steam coming off the thing. Like it's just nothing like it. Nothing like it.
I miss it sometimes. I miss being around it. I don't miss playing it. My body's too fucked up, but I miss being around it though. Just that.
But y'all generation ruined it. Like you took away that grass and put turf in. Like that's your generation.
I enjoyed turf only because, like in high school, I felt like the grass fields that I played on were so bad, especially because I'm in Indiana. So once it gets like October and the weather's all messed up, the yards is really bad. And a lot of teams we would play against, they would like water their grass. So it makes it muddy when they played against us because we had the best athletes, some of the best athletes in the country. So they would water their grass to try to make it an even playing field to slow us down. We would still go out there and dominate, but it did make it harder for us. So I played on a turf field at the great Warren Central High School. So that kind of made me, fall in love with turf. But when I got to college, though, I noticed that the well-kept grass was great to play on. For example, if you guys ever played at Clemson, if anybody in the chat is D1, they had a chance to play football against Clemson. They have a beautiful stadium, and their field is perfect. It's like perfectly cut. I thought it was turf when I first jogged out there. It was like so perfectly just even and cut. There was no dips or nothing. It was amazing, man. So I was out there playing against D-Hop and all that. It was back in my day.
You ever paint a field, line a field, chalk a field?
I've seen people do it. That was never part of my job.
That was my question. My question.
My job was to go out there and play and make plays.
My question was specifically: did you ever chalk a field, line a field, or mark a field?
No, my job is to go out there and make plays.
Not Keith, not the homie. Did you, Big Smitty, was addressed the question. Did you ever chalk a field, line a field, or mark a field?
This is the last time I'm responding to that because I don't like repeating myself. My job was to go out there and make plays. So no, I did not.
Answer. He got it. See, I have this thing in the front of the brain where I tell the truth. You have this thing like you reflect and deflect questions and then spin it into a positive thing. You have that trait. So shout out to both of our frontal cortex.
But my trait is actually like cold. Your trait's kind of like fucked up. This is AI.
That's not AI.
This is AI.
And everybody out there, stop playing. Y'all are so mediocre already. Fucking just stop playing and give this broad the gold. Give her the gold right now. I don't even need to see her run at all. Give her the gold. Shout out to the white girl with the ass. Give her the gold right now. I don't give a fuck if she got backpedaled and got smoked by fucking whoever. Give her the gold today, right now.
Why?
Because she's white and she got ass.
See, I guess mediocrity is the new excellence. You ain't got to go out there and prove it. You ain't got to go out there and compete. If you look a certain way, you go out there and win.
She got that tat right there on that, that spot. Like,
it's called a tramp stamp, bro. You so old.
We don't call it tramp stamp.
I'm telling you what it's called. I don't care about we. Your generation is old. Y'all don't make the rules no more, homie. That was the 80s when you made the rules. Whatever y'all think and care about, that don't fucking matter. Y'all long gone. It's our rules. I'm 30. I'm in my prime now. So if I tell you it's a fucking tramp stamp, that's what it is.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. No offense to you and your generation.
Yep.
That sounds gay as fuck. I'm
just be honest. Horrible though.
I'm just throwing it out there though. Tramp stamp sounds like really feminine.
The women made it. It's not the men. That's what they call it.
That's my point. It's feminine. They made it, and y'all used it.
That's what they call it, bro. Everything's not masculine, bro. Women are here. Are you aware of that? It's not just all men. And I'm happy it's that way.
Baby, can you drop the breaking news sound? Can you please do the breaking news chime?
Why? Ain't no breaking news. We
Breaking
overuse that. There's no breaking news right now.
Breaking news.
All right, watch. There's gonna be some bullshit too.
I'm starting the OnlyFans. JB starting the OnlyFans. Breaking news. I'm starting the OnlyFans. I got a broad. She's going to sit naked next to me and do some things for a little bit of change. Talk sports, drinks. I'm going to start an OnlyFans. Stay tuned. All the night show, like a night show from the studio in Smitty's chair. You go, if you smell anything like Badus or anything, that's not on me. That's because the females didn't do it. I'm going to do OnlyFans. Next to me, naked broad. Talk sports. Fuck it. Why not?
So you're going to drive all the way to the studio 2.5, 3 hours at night to sit with a broad, to have her sit next to you for 1 hour while she tries to talk sports with you while she butt ass naked.
Not try. She don't talk sports.
And you ain't going to do nothing else.
There's no crazy. Nah, I'm professional, Smitty. Like, it's going to be a professional environment. What are you talking about? This is a professional environment. It's going to be like, come on, man. Professional environment. Talk sports. You can talk all things sports. Boom. Got another naked. We got a Cuban bitch. This naked Cuban. She's going to walk around and serve us drinks. She's going to be naked.
Homie say I'm professional. She's going to be butt ass naked. What you got on, a tie and some fucking heels? Fuck you talking about professional? I'm professional.
Yeah.
Put a tie on her, maybe.
I think it's very interesting. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's gonna hit. It's gonna crack.
It's gonna hit. I believe it.
I'm gonna be able to pay y'all off of
Please.
it. And if it do break the internet, and I got major guests on, Urlacher call in. Bitch is in there naked, asking Urlacher legitimate questions. You know what I'm saying? Think about that concept. Nobody's fucking with that.
You shouldn't even tell people that though.
Don't worry about it. That's not really the concept. So don't worry about it. I'm always ahead of you guys. Always. Let's dive into the poll question, Smitty, and start the show since we haven't started the show yet. I'm an OnlyFans creator. That's part of the income. I don't get it. Smitty, poll question. Go ahead and ask. I'll ask it because I do it every day.
Yep.
Poll question brought to you by winnable.com/slap-picks. Download it today. Weekly, monthly, or yearly. You can pay to play. did Joe Milton outperform Drake May last night? Go ahead and answer. Everyone knows he's black. The other guy's
4
white.
for 6, 76 total yards, a touchdown, 134.7 passer rating. He played after Drake May, which means he probably played against a lesser talented team of players out there. But nevertheless, at the end of the day, play against who you play against. Yes, Joe Milton outplayed Drake May. Does it say a lot? Does it say a lot in this first little preseason game? No.
All right.
But he made more plays in this game. He showed, some flashes, as you see right here on your screen, of some of the things he can do. Scrambling around, running, extending plays. He had a touchdown pass as well after this that he threw. God was wide open, but still, he still had to make the throw. He made it, to his credit. Here you go right here. Good pass, a little bit behind him, but he's so wide open it doesn't even matter. So again,
start over. You do a pretty good job. I want to. This kind of like your color commentating debut. Go ahead, start over. So let's break it down from here. Give me the stat line again, and then break down a few of those plays just like you did. Give me your voice. I want to hear.
So I got to redo everything I just did.
Just right from here. Go ahead.
All right, Joe Milton's Patriots debut was 4 for 6, 76 total yards, a touchdown, 134.7 passer rating as he entered the game. Now, he did come to the game after Drake May, third quarter, fourth quarter, so a lot of backups were in the game, but nevertheless, you have to play against who you play against. But he did show some flashes. Now, listen, it's one preseason game, so we're not going to be too excited or get too low on the bad plays, but Joe Milton did what he was supposed to do. He showed the flashes, showed what he's capable of. You see this throw right here, bomb, beautiful bomb down there, goes for a touchdown. They're celebrating. Listen, Joe Milton, we know he has a cannon for an arm. We know he's a great athlete, but can he make the intermediate passes? Can he think through the game, play smart, and be able to throw the ball on time? Those are questions that we still have. He did not answer those questions in game one, but he did outplay Drake May if we had to pick somebody.
Now, Smitty. Let's look at this, for instance, and take this picture right here. A picture is worth 1,000 words, Smitty. Ball security is job security, son. And that ball right there don't lie. That picture don't lie. That ball right there is going to get strip sacked, son. Look at that. If that was Big Smitty at Ball State back in Muncie, Indiana, look at that ball right there. He got to get that strip sack, son. So make sure you put that ball away, son. All right, now, let's watch this play now. Let's see this. Everybody's in this hoopla about this whole play. Let's watch this play now. Let's see this play come. He comes out this pocket. Now, let's pause it right there. There's a guy right in his face for a hitch ball. He can dump it right off, stay safe, stay upright, play a long, long time. But no, we're going to ooh and ah and make sure we make some play that is just ad-libbed as hell. Listen, we got three guys wide open, but guess what, son? Look at that ball. Ball security, job security. He's holding that thing like a loaf of bread out there, Smitty. And listen, let's learn how to slide. Didn't you play baseball, son? Learn how to slide. You don't slide face first, son. You're going to get curtains, get all the shit in your mouth and teeth. You got to slide. Drop that hip and get down. You got to drop that hip and get down. I don't know what he's doing. And then this ball couldn't be worse of a ball. Couldn't have been worse of a ball. He threw it behind him and back by. He almost had him ran out of bounds. Lead him up the field. There's nobody there. Safety's in the middle, son. Throw that ball where he can go get it. Nobody else can. So, anyway, we got a lot to work on, but you know what? We're going to go and say he's a talented kid, no question, but Drake May played two plays. Drake May played two plays. He threw two screen balls and got out. So, for this to be a poll question is absolutely hilarious. Hilarious. Drake May played two plays, son. Two plays. He threw two screen balls, got out of there. They got him out of there. So clearly, he must be the guy. So let's just make anything happen, bring up anything for the show. But good job, Smitty.
Do the rest of the show in that voice.
We could do you and I could be on Major Network, but you didn't push it. And you're at the Major Network and never pushed it because I'm canceled and blackballed, and some guy walked by you like, yeah, you fuck with shit. You do a show with JB, and then you're like, yeah, you're like, damn, motherfucker, crazy. When you could have been like, nah, you don't really know JB like that. He's a hell of a motherfucker. He's smart as shit. Me and him could actually have a show on this show and this network and co-host, but you never used that. You never did that. So
I did that, but they watch what they watch. They see what they see, and they disagree. So
they don't disagree. You just never pushed it.
I always defend you. I've always defended you. Somebody asks, like, good dude, this, that, and the third. You know, you get a chance to meet them. But the comments you make on here about certain groups and communities every single day, it's harmed you. It's harmed me. I've lost money because of it. They dipped my money at Fox. My salary is a little lower now since I joined the show with you because of the comments you made. Don't chew your nail. Don't be nervous. It's okay. Huh? You know what you say. You know what you do. You got a little nervous now. You get nervous. You chewing your nail and shit like that.
Go back to say who did I affect? I affect groups and communities.
I said there's certain comments you make about groups and communities and every single day. And even when myself and Bay tell you not to say it, you continue to say it. So I just kind of got the mindset that, hey, JB gonna do what the hell he wants to do, and I respect that. But we understand that there's gonna be a little bit of I won't say limitations, but it's gonna be a little bit more of a challenge or a barrier placed in front of us getting to certain areas, and that's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with that now.
Good shit, Trell. Good shit, black man. Good shit, Trell. Tell the black man what's happening, Trell. Shit. Good shit, black man.
You know what, Trell? You're right. I'm gonna go here and lose my job potentially. Fuck my marriage. Fuck my bills. Fuck it. You know what, Trell? I'm JB or die. I'm doing that today, Trell. That's a smart move.
Say JB or die again. Say JB or die again.
JB or die.
That smile. Oh, homie. You should though, just on shits and giggles, see what happens. See, press their card, push their card.
Are you gonna pay my rent, my light bill, and my gas bill, and all my streams for like the next few months? So I get another job.
Moving on, Bailey. What's next, Bailey? We got a lot of shit to talk about here today. Joe Milton, definitely. Joe Milton did not outperform Drake May. I don't believe either one of them outperformed either one of them. Drake May threw 2 screen passes. Here's the question I have seriously on that whole thing as we start this show off.
Start the show. It's been an hour.
It's been 38 minutes.
Keep saying that.
Black BPS though. Black people shit always exaggerate the shit out of something. 38 minutes, motherfucker. It's been 2 hours. It's 38 minutes. It's actually closer to a half hour than an hour.
No, it's 40. It's closer to an hour. It's been 40 minutes.
We round down in the hood. I don't. You round up, but I round down. Let me break this down real quick. First of all, can we ask the question as to why Drake May only played 2 fucking plays? That's the real question.
They're protecting him. That's why.
For what? He's not even a starter, number one. Number 2, we don't even know if he's a backup. Number 3, you have Roger and Zappy out there. So they still got Zappy, Roger and Zapp, I call him. You still got Roger and Zappy out there. So they can't carry 4, Smitty. Who's getting cut now?
I think they can now, right?
Nah, Milton's
a 3.
Wait, is Milton a 6th rounder? So Milton's a 6th round pick.
Something changed it like last year where they're able to keep another extra quarterback on the roster. I'm pretty positive. I don't know if that makes it go from 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 though. I can't remember. But I know I'm right.
But I don't know. But Zappy's established backup in this league. He's played some meaningful downs, live ammunition thrown at him. Joe Milton's a 6th round pick. We really don't pay him nothing. They could cut one of them and then put one on the practice squad, or they could cut one, put him on waivers. Somebody else would grab him. Did Joe Milton earn a spot on an NFL roster last night by spinning out of there, showing a play? We already knew he was an athlete at Tennessee, coming from Michigan. We knew the talent that he was. I'm trying to figure out the amount of reps in the NFL preseason to me is mind-boggling when, first of all, the era I grew up in, the starter would have been playing the whole first half, and then you get a backup to come in and play really a meaningful quarter, and then you get the 3rd string guy to compete versus the backup and play another quarter. So I saw it as May should have played a quarter, Milton should have played a quarter, and then today I got a shitload of film to evaluate. I got 2 screen balls that he threw in a rainy weather game, and then Joe Milton spun out, missed the guy right in front of his face that he could have threw the ball to, ran out, spun out, dove face first for some reason. And then that's our evaluation. You can't tell me listen. All right, JB, you ain't never coached in the NFL. Fine. I still have 2 eyes, and I still know the position, and I still know what gets it done in the real season. And I want to evaluate film at the end of the day, Smitty. Film, like multiple plays. Am I going to rewind 2 screen balls 100 times today and grade fucking Drake May? Seriously. What am I doing? I would have seen play. This game 1, Smitty. I mean, game 1, there's only 1 more game for that motherfucker, isn't it? 2 more. Two more games. What are we doing? I don't know. I didn't watch it anyway. I just saw the plays, but I'll never watch preseason football anymore. I used to watch it all the time. I used to bet it, watch it. I thought it was legit. It was a real quarterback playing, real receivers. You got to see reps. Nowadays, you don't even know who's playing. It's all about who makes the practice squad now, who makes the 53, and it's like crazy to me. But anyway,
moving on, man, to a big topic that was going on here last 24 hours.
Hey, Smitty, time out. Can I stop you, please? 1 second. I got to give a shout out to one of Pat Perez's mentors and a PGA legend golfer, Chi Rodriguez. A lot of you guys out there don't know who Chi is, your youngsters. I think he died at 88 last night. Peacefully. Chi Rodriguez had the swag of all swag way back in the day. Used to walk out, swagged out, had the motherfucking pimp hat on. He was the first golfer to really, I don't know if we have a picture of Chi Bailey, but for all you youngsters in here who don't know who Chi Rodriguez is, shout out to Chi. One of Pat's mentors growing up in the game of golf.
Puerto
Rican cat, old school cat, a great dude though. Pat was talking to me last night about it and said that motherfucker lived life. I'm just gonna tell you and leave it at that. Woo! And by the way, he was the first one to bring a brother caddy on the stage.
The first one.
He was the first one to hire a brother caddy on the PGA.
It looked like Snoop Dogg from Starsky and Hutch. I love it. They both clean. R.I.P. to Chi, man. T's and P's for his family, his friends, his loved ones.
That motherfucker was a G.
He lived his life.
Hey, if you heard some stories off the air, that motherfucker was G. God damn. Like, as of like 3 weeks ago, he was the G. Doing some shit.
We're gonna talk about it offline because I want to keep, you know what I mean? I want to keep the respect to him. Nah, we're gonna keep the respect to his name, his legacy, and all that stuff like that. We ain't gonna bring that up out of respect. So moving on though to a big topic in the last 24 hours in the sports world. The CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jones contract drama continues. Jerry Jones was asked about CeeDee Lamb, and Jerry Jones said he has no urgency to get a deal done with CeeDee Lamb. Well, CeeDee replies on Twitter and put LOL, and his teammate who's trying to get paid next year, who will be trying to get paid next year, quote, retweets it and make sure everyone sees it as well. So listen, what's your take right here, JB? A lot going on here. I know what my thoughts are. Would love to hear yours. Let's dive into it.
Can you shoot me Skip Bayless's cell phone number? I'm going to text him after this and holler at him, number one, first off. Okay. Number two.
No, I won't do it.
Number two, this is again, we already had this argument. I'm almost tired of this argument. It's like we already argued on our group text last night about it. I'm interested. You're supposed to give me your take because I told you I'd blackball you at Fox if you didn't. Here's the thing. He has the right to do whatever he wants. He's Jerry Jones. He's the owner of the team. He's got three major issues to deal with. He's got Dak Prescott, he's got CeeDee Lamb, and he's got Micah Parsons. He has to sign, re-sign, or figure out that whole landscape. Now, having said that, Micah Parsons is the same guy we talk about doing podcasts and shit that other players have come out and said, why are you doing these things? So we're not the only people on the porch yelling at the clouds. There's actually players playing right now, the same generation that I discuss all the time, actually anti doing what he does. So that's out there, number one. Number two, he is an instigator here, clearly. And I don't understand it. This is, again, player empowerment at the all-time cliff. Pay me. Let me do. I don't need to give. And you act like you're fucking Jerry Rice somewhere. Last time I checked, you've dropped major balls, in big-time games. And you act like you're perfect. None of us are perfect, but don't act like you're perfect. Please don't. You're not Jerry Rice, homie. You're not Michael Irvin, homie. You're not even Alvin Harper, homie. You're not even Jay Novacek. Stop. Now, listen, is he a good player? Fuck yeah.
Great player.
I'm not dumb. I got eyes. Yeah, I get it. But listen, he's played
4 seasons.
I'm not even looking. No. I looked this up already because as an investigative journalist that I am. He's played 6 more games than Justin Jefferson. He has 700 less yards than Justin Jefferson. Just putting that out there.
He has
one more touchdown.
Okay, keep it even.
One more touchdown, and he has more rushing yards.
It's something else too, because we actually had this graphic. We used this graphic on my show like last week, and it was showing their stats back to back. Regardless, though, hey, being available, the best ability is availability. So me playing a few more games, that's credit to me. At the end of the day, their stats are like fucking spot on.
Yeah.
And JJ is the highest paid receiver in the game. Listen, I gotta cut you off because at the end of the day, CeeDee Lamb has done everything he's supposed to do to get paid. So let me start there. He played 4 years. The man literally every single year he's gotten better. He goes to 935 to 1,100 yards to 1,300 to 1,700. He went from 74 catches to 79 catches to 107 catches to 135 catches and 12 touchdowns this year. All pro season, man. Extremely hard to do. Literally one of the top 5 best receivers in the game, and help lead and help make Dak an all pro guy. My thing is this: why do owners in general, owners, GMs, coaches, why do they act like they don't know these players' contracts are coming up? Like, they know what it is. Y'all know what type of season this cat had. You know what the market is. You know that you should know and prepare for your best players to get paid, number one. But let me contradict my own self, because in the chat I put this note. I said for Jerry Jones specifically.
No, you're countering, not contradicting.
Countering myself. Yeah, there you go. For Jerry Jones specifically, I understand where he's coming from. And why I say Jerry Jones specifically, if this is any other owner, I'm 100% on the player side. But for Jerry Jones specifically, I think he's done an incredible job, because he's the GM, he's the owner, he's everything. He's done an incredible job, in my opinion, of putting together a ton of great talent in that Cowboys uniform. And year in and year out, they find a way to fall short. And I cannot blame that on Jerry Jones. He has a Super Bowl winning head coach in Mike McCarthy. You got an all-pro quarterback in Dak Prescott, who even before this all-pro season, we can say we won about him in the regular season. He's been like a top 10 quarterback every single year. He had the early years, the prime years of Zeke. He had Tony Pollard before the injury. He got Micah Parsons now, DeMarcus Lawrence. He used to have Dez Bryant in those early years. Now he has CeeDee Lamb. My point is, year in and year out, every year, even from Dak's rookie year to now, Jerry has done a hell of a job of putting a crazy amount of talent on that team. The O-line every single year is good, but they fall short. So if I'm an owner, I'm getting old. Last time I've made to the NFC Championship was the 90s, let alone Super Bowl. And I feel like I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm giving y'all the top-notch facilities. I'm bringing you all the talent, Super Bowl winning head coaches. I'm bringing you money off the field just from the brand of the Dallas Cowboys. And yet you continue to fall short and not improve. At some point as an owner, I'm like, man, I'm not paying you. It is what it is. You under contract. You got 1 more year left. Listen, go out here and win this year. Go out here and show me that you can get better. And then after that, I'll empty the bank account. Because Jerry is a player-friendly guy. If the Cowboys were to go on and win a Super Bowl this year, he'll empty his account. He don't care. He'll make Dak the highest paid. He'll make CeeDee the highest paid. He'll do everything he can to pay his top-notch player. But I think he's at a point now. You can tell by his energy. Even a few weeks ago, we brought him his press conference when he said, I'm all in. And I told you his voice sounded different this time. I think he's really all in on this season. And he's like, listen, I'm not dealing with the bullshit. I'm not dealing with all the money. I paid y'all. I've taken care of y'all, and y'all have not taken care of me. Go out here and win a Super Bowl this year, and I will pay you whatever you want. But until then, I'm not worried about it. It's not a priority, and I have no urgency to get it done. So I understand where he's coming from, JB.
I disagree with everything you said. Listen,
just forget everything I said. Like I went on a 3.5-minute rant, great insight, name drops, use facts and stats and good information, analytical breakdowns. This motherfucker jumps on here and says, I disagree with everything you just said. Well, that's insane. That's my co-host, y'all. That's my co-host.
It's a frontal cortex thing, man. Listen.
You can't spell frontal or cortex. Continue.
Listen, I was gonna say I fucked up because my True Serum kicked in that my daddy put in me.
Where's your dad get that True Serum from? Like, do they still sell it?
From a bar in the hood. Listen, there's a 90% of the time we disagree, and I was gonna come out and say very great, take, eloquently stated. You put it out there. You made great points. You sounded like a little bit of an attorney or a lawyer. But then I was gonna still say I disagree with it. But then my cortex kicked in. I disagree with everything you said right out the gate. So now I'm letting everybody know the real story. So anyway, I equate this to. I think Jerry Jones has been horrible GM.
What?
Yeah, he's been a horrible GM. And without Jimmy Johnson, he has won nothing. And I want to be clear on this. Jimmy Johnson advocated for that roster that won those 3 Super Bowls, by the way, 1 with Barry Switzer, 2 with himself. He ran Jimmy Johnson out of there because he couldn't handle the ego and the alpha male in the room that actually won Super Bowls. Number 1, that's fact. Go check it out. Go look it up. Go do your research. Now, having said that, since that time of 1995, and now we're entering 2025, I'm just rounding out upwards. In the hood, we go down, but I'm going to go up this time. How many years is that? 2025 to 1995, the last time they won a Super Bowl.
30.
Okay, 30 years. How is that considered good? Number 1. Number 2, because mediocrity is the new excellence. We accept it because they're America's team. They're the Cowboys, #1 merch seller. We think they're always got some great players in their locker room, and we therefore think and give them a pass. Now, let me equate this to Phil Jackson when he was fucking Jeannie Buss. When he was fucking Jeannie Buss and that Laker organization, guess who managed that organization and won those titles? The coach, Phil Jackson. Because what happened was, if you understand great coaches, they can take the ego in the room, manage it, put it in a ball of wax, and massage it out. So in that case, Jeannie Buss, it was that ass, he was hitting, and he won rings there. Jerry Jones could not do it after the guy like Phil Jackson, which we call Jimmy Johnson, left. He hasn't been able to do it. I equate the Lakers and the Cowboys to a very similar situation. When they had a great coach, they won. Without a great coach, they lose. That falls on the GM and the owner. That's Jerry Jones. He hasn't done anything in 30 years. How can he be good? Let's just be real here. This is a very, very similar situation. The Lakers haven't done shit since Phil Jackson's left. They won a bubble championship that you and I agree. I still think it's hard to do, but they won a bubble championship.
And they made to a Western Conference Finals even after that, which again, the Cowboys ain't made to the NFC Championship, bro. Like, let that soak in.
Well, no, you're making my point.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. So he hasn't been good on that front, number 1. Number 2, they do know, and I'm going to defend Jerry in this one, they do know that their contracts are up. And this guy's under contract. Like, so is Ayuk. So are the sit-ins now. We got shit called sit-ins now. That's how fucking far we've came, homie. We got sit-ins. This is player empowerment at its finest. And Jerry Jones is standing on business, which I respect him to do, and say, you know what? You've known this too, player. You've known about this contract too, player. And you were all doing all this pretty Instagram modeling shit in the offseason, catching balls from Dak and doing all these things, talking about how happy you are. And now all of a sudden, you and Micah, who are fucking clout chasers anyway on social media, y'all want to go out and now blast the owner who pays your fucking salary, by the way, last time I checked, and has the ability to blackball you with other owners in this league.
If they blast him, he put LOL. You know what? Listen, we got to stay on time.
Be honest. That's a slap in the face. And
you know, being like he's trying to be funny, but he just laughed. He didn't blast him. I think that's a little
that's
strong.
Micah Parsons, though, instigating
it.
We already know he's a shitbird.
Listen, I want to bring this topic back up at 7 a.m. when our guy Matt jumps in, but we got a quick white people shit, black people shit clip sponsored by 5 Hour Energy. Get your 5 Hour Energy right now. It's early in the morning. You got work to do. You're in traffic. You're a little tired. Didn't sleep that well last night. What do you need to drink? You need a 5 Hour Energy extra great flavor to get your day started the right way. It gives you 5 hours or more of energy for the rest of the day, and you will never feel better, man. 5 Hour Energy sponsored our show. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. But we got black people shit, white people shit right now.
I got a truth disclaimer. Bailey just sent me a truth disclaimer. 5 Hour Energy does not sponsor our show. They give us $0. They are yet to sign a contract with us. We haven't even reached out to them or talked to them. That's a disclaimer in truth term, frontal lobe, just a disclaimer. But get you a 5 Hour Energy today. All right, Smitty, go ahead.
White people shit, Bailey. Put it on the screen.
Come on, get up here. Get up here. Come on. Dinner spot.
Heck no.
Hey. Whoa, look at this.
Man.
Look at that big mouth.
Oh my
you're
God.
A big boy. Wow. Take it easy. Wow. Oh, you big baby. Look at that.
Man, look at Mr. Mark, man.
That's a good dog. Oh, Spot.
I'm out here looking for a real dog.
Yeah, Spot.
It's another example of white people doing white people shit. Y'all don't care if it's an alligator, a fucking dinosaur, fucking bear, a lion. Everything's on the table to be a pet for y'all.
I'd put a bullet in his head if that motherfucker grabbed Ash later on, because what he's done is he's invited you up on his lawn. If I have a dog and my dog runs around there and then that motherfucker snatches Ash up, then I'm killing that dude, and then I'm gonna kill that alligator, hang him up on a wall, and then I just want to be clear, that's inviting the dumb white people shit of this magnitude invites this thing to come out and eat other domestic animals. So I just want to throw that out there. Go ahead.
This right here is an example of far white. That's far white. So I'm not gonna say that's all white people, but this is like a far white. You know what I'm saying?
But I defend it. Go ahead.
Black people shit too. We gotta keep it even on the show. We got some black people shit on the screen, man. Let's check it out.
Come on, T-Magic. Don't kill the bird. Oh my God. Oh God, I'm nervous. Oh my God, that bird probably dizzy as hell. Not the bird. Don't do the bird. Oh God. No.
He turned it into some food, to some chicken. I've never in my life seen a black magician.
I don't get it.
I'm literally never in my life.
That's actually white people shit. So
I
you guys
know.
fucked up. You guys fucked up the whole segment. So take a commercial. I got
anyway, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got Matt McChesney.
Fuck, we fucked that segment up. God damn it. Fucking amateur.
3 minutes, we'll be right back, y'all. Tune in.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who has spoke to every single NCAA college football 2025 team seemingly on the internet. From Last Chance U, national champion, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach.
What's up, gentlemen? Coach, just great car, great stick. Thank you for pulling off to the side of the road. Hope you don't get killed here. Honestly, the side of the road, LA, I assume, that's not necessarily the safest place on earth. So we'll make this quick. How do you feel about all of these new coaches now in this NCAA college football 2025 game using your speeches to motivate these boys from one side of the country to the other, Coach?
I feel broke.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Can I get like a royalty or something? Like, Netflix already screwed me. I'm getting screwed by EA Sports now too? Like, holy shit. I hit him up. I reached out to him like, hey, trying to be cordial and nice. I'm a nice guy, you know me.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, EA Sports, maybe I can actually be your video guy than to actual do a real video instead of using my name, image, and likeness.
Oh, shit.
And maybe I can get a little piece of the pie, but nah, it's all right. Just keep sharing my 500 million views of it.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but obviously you are a hilarious, miserable person, and this is kind of is how it goes.
Hey, Pat, I was actually chilling. My back went out yesterday, so I didn't even do my show today. So I just left my chiropractor, and I'm waiting on this damn cigar company to open. They're late, of course. I mean, come on. Shit.
Okay, so life is good. Last question for me, because I know the last time we talked to you, you had not watched the Netflix series Last Chance U. You said that. You said, I've not watched it, but obviously you've heard from everybody. Now, do you see some clips that come across your way? You're like, I don't remember saying that. And then all of a sudden, oh, I killed that. And do you judge your clips whenever you see them? You're like, I murdered that one.
Nah. A broad came over to the house the other day, and I didn't really want to watch Netflix with her and chill. But she wanted to watch the show. We watched one episode.
Okay.
And I'm like, I can't watch this.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. It was the first scene of the cow scene or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, they only made about $4 billion off my name on this shit. I'm not watching Netflix either. So I'm spiteful right now, Pat. I don't want to watch Netflix. I don't want to watch EA Sports video game. I'm like, man, and I can't even get 40,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel.
Well, you're going to the moon. We appreciate the hell out of you, Coach. Hopefully it'll get figured out, and we know the Netflix and chill thing, what that leads to. Bad backs, chiropractors. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach.
mama. Go outside, go be.
God is good. God is great. As you bless the hands, I prepared this food. Pray this food nourish my body, does not harm me any kind of way. In Jesus' name, pray, amen. Are we back? Oh, my fault. What's going on, JB? What's going on, chat? Without further ado, huh?
You praying with me? For me?
Nah, I had a little breakfast. Yeah, I was praying for my food. Without further ado, though, man, the man of the hour, king of the dungeon, D-line, O-line, fanatic, not fanatic, legend, played the game, coaches the game, getting guys to become better versions of themselves to this day, played in the college at Colorado, playing in the NFL. The one and only Big Matt McChesney joins the show. What's going on, Matt?
Happy Friday, boys. What's happening?
Happy Friday.
Free game Friday, Matt. Free game Friday. Fearless Friday. You watched preseason football last night?
I watched Joe Milton. He looked pretty good.
Told you, JB.
Looks a lot better than Drake May. Looks like he's about to take that job.
Don't agree, but we'll see. I like the white quarterback.
Drake May looked like Drew Lock.
He threw 2 screen passes, Matt.
Just saying, bro.
Hey, Matt, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something as an old white. Let me ask you something. Are we getting enamored by the athleticism over the position and what it actually and what's the word? Requires, I guess?
No, I think that people got enamored. Exactly why they went and drafted this dude in the 6th round. The last time this happened, it was RG3 and Kirk Cousins. So the whole Tom Brady thing, you know.
Yeah, let me be honestly clear. I'm not a Drake May guy. Never have been. And I believe that pick by the New England Patriots gives me a lot of Mac Jones vibes when they took him.
Yeah, so and wearing number 10 too, he looks just like Mac. It's a bad fit.
So I'm not a fan at all. I'm not a Milton fan either. I just think that when we see him run around, we automatically get enamored, especially all the fucking fanboys and the fantasy draft boys. They think, oh, shit, he spun out and he fucking ran for 20 yards. I would have threw the hitch ball wide open in front of him, but that was just me being old white. I'm just trying to figure out there's a real question, though, that someone that deals with it on a damn, TJ dropped
TJ got paid today. It's $150 so far. Hey, Matt. Sark and my Longhorns will be sure to beat the fuck out of that jabroni, Jay Norvell, and the CSU Lambs.
Appreciate it, brother. Come over to 0 to 60 later and donate some more. Goddamn, TJ, somebody's got paid.
He didn't give us $150 in like the last 30 minutes, Matt. So we'll see. You beat the record.
You gave me $150. Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send that 50 to Matt.
That's cool. As long as it go to somebody.
Not Smitty, though. Not Smitty. Drake May's, I think, shitty. I think the quarterback draft was shitty. I thought it was the worst draft quarterback position has had.
Of course you did, JB.
Oh, I did. I just do.
Milton guys in the 1st round. How is it a shitty quarterback draft?
Shout out to Eddie.
That's how bad the quarterback position is in the NFL. Let me ask you something, Matt. You like that take, Matt? You know you can't say nothing about it. Hey, Matt.
I don't know if I do or not.
I'm still like thinking it through a little bit.
Hey, Matt, save certain arguments for the season because we're getting close to the season, so we can start fighting during the season.
I didn't bring it up. You did.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Save. Don't like. I'm glad you didn't just like go off on that one. So we'll keep that for the season.
I didn't say shit. I plead the fifth.
I'm gonna go on.
Moving on, though, man. Hey, so I know we brought this up to you a little bit, but I don't think we brought up this particular video of the author of the Athlon Sports article who had the wild accusations about Colorado. He went on the Dan Le Batard show. Can we show this video real quick for Matt?
Tell us about the gun
nobody again.
allegations.
This fucking goofball, whoever he is.
It's rampant there. There's a video that's circulating that I actually found after the piece where they're asking, I believe it's Bucky is going around asking who's the most strapped on the team.
Oh, goddamn white guy.
Giving their opinions.
Fucking white people, bro.
It's not just one person. It's multiple people.
My.
I found a video also last night of Travis Hunter and Dion fishing, and there's a gun in plain sight while he's fishing.
Who's the strapper today? But the defense nominated you for strapped up.
What do you mean by that? I've been strapping the most shit up out here.
How many nominations we got to do nominations? We have plenty of nominations. Lopez, Murphy.
Matt, how embarrassed? Hold on, real quick. I get secondhand embarrassment when I watch. I have to cover my face up. How embarrassed are you about watching number one? And then number two, can you explain what strapped up means in this context, please?
So strapped up means that the DBs are locking down the receivers. And
that's it.
Hey, you fucking white guy. You're the reason everyone hates us. Because we're not all like this motherfucker, I promise. All the white guys are not like this. This fucking guy right here is the reason. This fucking powder-looking motherfucker right here is the reason white people get such a bad rap. Because we're not all like this. Some of us are actually pretty cool. Some of us are actually pretty nice guys. This fucking guy, on the other hand, I mean, for the love of God, this is the worst story ever. They're fishing on a boat and there's a gun in plain sight. There's this thing called the Second Amendment, motherfucker. They're grown adults. You can open carry in Colorado if you want to, dude. I mean, good God. This is the worst. The article is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's almost laughable how bad it is. And then for him to go on Dan Le Batard, and Dan already took this video down, but brother, it's out.
Too late.
He's not fucking idiot.
Should have done this. Should have done your fucking research before you put old powder on and let him start talking.
Hey, let's call out the fucking
idiot.
Let's call out the fucking the platform though. Dan Le Batard, who doesn't like me at all, we have a major beef. He's a fucking idiot for having him on. Let's be clear. Let's be honest here. Let's start with that. Why'd you delete it then, homeboy? If you're so convicted on why you delete your shit, you fucking cowardly bitch.
Well, and
Dan Le Batard.
This is the other thing. Why is it that this white dude has such a problem with all these black guys having guns? You can't have a gun in this country? You know how many fucking guns I have when I was at CU? I had like 4 shotguns in my room. I have multiple handguns. I had a fucking AR and a fucking AK-47. My father at one point had a 50 cal. I mean, give me a fucking break, dude.
Let's be clear. Are you had that in the dorm?
No, man, in my house and shit. Like, I'm an American citizen adult, and my parents live 45 minutes away on a ranch. Like, why is it that like a bunch of fucking black guys in Boulder now are like, oh my God, they might have guns, and they're not even talking about guns. They're talking about strapping each other down, you fucking dumb white guy.
That's the most embarrassing part right there. Like,
I'm
not even talking about guns.
This story. Yeah. What a fucking idiot this guy is. Like, this is fireable shit right here. This is fucking ridiculous. Hey, guess what? This cat went to Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
We got it.
This is the same cat that wrote that fucking story about the quarterback and Shador back in the day. Same exact guy. This is the same Nebraska asshole.
Hey, we got to be clear, though. Matt. I'm just making sure we're clear so we're not spreading false information. You cannot have a gun on the campus of Colorado, though.
You're not supposed to take guns on campus or in the locker room. And I would fucking be shocked if there's any weapons in the locker room. I would be stunned. But
me too. I'm just making sure we're clear.
Off of campus, I can have whatever the fuck I want. In my truck, in my middle console, I can have whatever I want.
Yeah.
If I have carry conceal, I can carry it anywhere. I probably won't carry it on campus, but I mean, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, this is, you have the right to bear arms in this country. If you're out in the fucking woods fishing and you don't have a shotgun or a piece, you're going to get eaten by a fucking bear or some shit. I mean, what? Come on, stupid white people. You can't be this fucking dumb. All you dumbass cracker-ass crackers can't be really this fucking stupid and impressionable. Are you serious?
No, there is. Mostly, I bet you he's a liberal, though.
100%.
And then what?
Swing from the left, there's no doubt.
And then one more time, they weren't talking about guns anyway.
And they're not even talking about guns. Now we're strapping these motherfuckers down. Oh my God, they're talking about firearms and Boulder. Black guys and guns, black guys and guns. Fucking white people.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. I've never seen him before.
I heard he was your cousin, JB.
Bailey showed the picture of the real guy.
Oh, that's disrespectful, dog.
Bailey showed the picture of the other
this
guy.
dude.
There he is.
There you go.
Just find a picture of Powder, and that's who this motherfucker looks like.
It's like JB's thumb. JB, put your thumb real quick in front of the
I
camera.
did a video, and Coach Prime and Travis Hunter were fishing, and there was a firearm in plain sight. Oh my God! Shut the fuck up, bitch!
I equate this to years ago growing up.
Sorry, soft ass motherfucker.
Hey, Matt's getting more mad the more he thinks about
Dude,
it.
like you're driving me nuts, dog. Like fuck you, bro.
What
piece of shit this guy is. And Alton Sports, your whole organization, it's just a ton of fuckboys. Your owner's a fuckboy. Your editor's a fuckboy. You let this fuckboy do this goddamn article. And this is unreal how much of a fuckboy organization this is. The Alton Sports fuckboys. There's your goddamn.
This motherfucker sound like Tupac, right? That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Like, you're going in hard right now. Fuck you as a label, as an organization.
Well, I woke up under the weather today, and I got to fucking listen to old Powder over here talk about how all the black guys are strapped, and if you go fishing, you can't take a gun. Like, fuck you, bro.
I told Smitty yesterday. It reminds me of playing playing hoop, running hoop, and in the hood and shit. And we hit a 3, and we used to, 3. And there's some reporter said that this was blood sign for gang banging. And I was like, well, damn, Carmelo, what's this then? Illuminati 3, blood, or what? Like, I'm trying to figure out. These cats come up with these narratives that don't know anything about a culture, and then they just start pushing the negative one, and it's a fucking embarrassment. It's been happening for a long time. This guy wrote it about a bunch of high school kids back in the day in Jordan, in Watts, in California, and said this was blood when they hit a 3. And I was like, dog, shut the fuck up.
Well, it's just like the Kermani McLean part of this. The article says that Shiloh slapped him a bunch after a game. McLean just came out and was like, yeah, that's not true. It's saying Jordan Seaton was getting punked and like bullied. Really? Jordan Seaton's getting bullied? Okay. Get the fuck out of here with all this shit. At some point,
this guy wrote that? This guy wrote the same thing?
That was in the Alton Sports. That was the entire basis of the article. Like, at some point, you have to have some shit to back this up, not just anonymous fuckboys that couldn't stay on the team, or like feelings are hurt, or some parent that heard something second. Like, come on, man. Since when did like guys that write articles, all right, reporters, all right, when did they just lose all their moral compass whatsoever? Like, you're not going to like ask questions. You're just going to throw this. If I was Dion and everybody at CU, I might be suing both entities for defamation at this point. This is fucking ridiculous.
I trust me, firsthand knowledge. You can. It's almost impossibility. They got freedom of the press rights that are unbelievable. They can write. Fuck, they're such a liar. I got thrown in the bus and been lied about unbelievable shit, and I tried to look into it. The freedom of the press thing is like almost stronger than the goddamn. You can't sue. There's no more investigative journalism, to your point, Matt. Like, we have a bunch of guys with even big platforms, and they literally will make up lies for their platform, and then you can't do shit about it.
My question is this: why not just pick up the phone, call someone at CU, and say this is Powder from Alton Sports?
Because they know they won't talk to him. They know they won't talk to him.
Well, at least he can say in his article, I called Colorado and they said no comment, instead of just spewing this trash out there and being like, oh, well, fuck. But, the University of Colorado's this, and this, and that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
It is fucked up. Quick side note, Joshua H. is C-Note Friday here on the show, Matt. Bears start off 1-4 at best. DeForest Buckner is underrated as fuck. I agree with that. AFC South will be the toughest division. Winner goes 11-6. Try C4 Strawberry Watermelon Ice Energy Drink. Welcome to C-Note Friday. $50 for Matt.
Hey, just come over to 0 to 60. Bailey and I are going to be on at 11 today, and you can see no Friday me. I like this see no Friday thing. Bailey, we're rolling with the see no Friday. Even though I sound like Kathleen Turner today, we're rolling with see no Friday.
JB, we need 7.5 more see no Fridays. We'll be good to go.
Hey, trademark see no Friday and put it in the thing.
Trademark see no Friday
before Matt's show today airs.
Right now.
Hey, this is a copycat league, motherfucker. If you got a good route, I'm stealing it.
Don't reinvent the wheel, Matt.
Do it right now. Do it right now to protect Smitty. Do it right now to protect Smitty. All right, let's
Moving on to the Denver Broncos. Though your quarterback, your guy, Matt, Jared Stidham talks about the things that Bo Nix has to do being a rookie. Is there a video we got, Bailey?
Summarize his rookie chores.
Well, so he's got to carry our pads. That's a mandatory. Pretty much anything that goes wrong, I just blame him. I had a rookie haircut from Tom my rookie year. I think that's against the rules nowadays. We're not much of a snacking group, so we don't make him get snacks or anything. Sometimes I forget if I forget something in my locker, I'll make him go get it. Yeah, he's pretty much. Yeah, he's got to do certain stuff for sure. And at whatever point we decide to do his rookie dinner, I will be getting a nice bottle of wine or something that he's going to be paying for. So I'll make sure that's a really, really nice dinner, and I leave very, very happy and not hungry. So it'll be great.
Is he receptive to these rookie duties?
Whether or not if he is or if he isn't, he doesn't really have a choice. And sometimes he'll kind of bicker a little bit back at me, and I'm like, Bo, we have literally all done this before. So I make sure he gets his rookie duty, especially being first round pick. I actually make fun of him and Zach all the time because in their rookie contracts, they've made more money than I have in my entire career at this point. So I'm like, you two are not off the hook. So I let them have it for sure.
Good attitude. The problem is that I don't think it's far-fetched that he is bitching about it because that's the new generation.
I guarantee you he's bitching about it.
There won't be a fucking hazing thing anymore. They're taking all the fun out of it.
You know what? That sucks. Like, Bailey, if you have that video you made for me, you should play it right now because I'm telling you guys, just listen. This is how I feel about it. I shaved a dick in one of the players' heads. We drafted a center with the Broncos from TCU in the 7th round, and he looked like Wee Man. I have no idea how the kid got drafted, but good for him. And Lonnie Paxton and I shaved a dick in this kid's forehead for picture day. And McDaniels had a fucking, oh my God, there's a dick in this guy's forehead. Paxton, what'd you do? And he's sitting there twirling his whistle and shit. And I'm sitting there like, it's just a dick, Josh. You look at one of those every time you look in the mirror. So look,
they're taking the fun. They're taking all the fun
out of it. And like the haircut we gave Tebow the next year, and we used to dye people's socks, put blue dye in their shoes. They take their shoe off, their whole foot looks like a Smurf. It's cute shit. It's not like we're not trying to fucking stick a bottle of Tabasco up your ass or nothing. I mean, what the fuck?
Hey, Matt, there was one. We used to tape guys. Hey, Matt, we used to tape guys to the goalpost. We used to tape.
Oh, yeah, that happened.
Tape them to the goalpost. We used to throw egg on them. We'd throw eggs at them, tied up
water, ice,
and then flour. Remember, we dumped flour on them.
Oh yeah,
on
and
the
take
egg.
their ass.
Flour on the egg, and it stuck. It was hard to get off. We throw eggs at them. The only person nobody fucked with, and they knew because this guy probably literally would have killed him, was Will Shields. Will Shields knew. It was off the record. You can't fuck with him. And he was actually fucking.
Yeah, I remember when my second year, we tried to haze DeBerkashaw Ferguson, and he looked at us and he was like, "Do something," and we were like, "Fuck you, Brett."
Another crazy fucker. Yeah. There's certain guys.
Darrell Revis, we tried. I remember Darrell was a rookie the next year, right? And they picked him out of Pitt. And he walked in, and before we could even haze him, he had already beaten the shit out of the strength coach in front of everybody. The strength coach was like, run, and he was like, fuck you, man. And he walked over and just put a huge fucking black eye on him. And
to the coach?
To this coach in front of everyone. And I was sitting there like, who's this kid? I like this motherfucker. And like, I even liked the Sal Alessi, our strength coach at that point. I loved him, but I'd never seen that before. So I mean, Sal hazing Revis, and they were like, "Well, hey, make sure you get his weapons first."
Hey, we should do a whole show on him, on Sal. Sal, because he's been beat up. He's been beat up, I think, 3 times by 3 different people. He got a weight thrown at him by Puff Daddy's son at UCLA. He got my buddy was on the staff there. Yeah, that's when Puff Daddy was in there in the locker room, probably looking at naked boys. And then you got so at the time Jim Mora brought Sal from the Jets to the UCLA.
Yep.
And then Sal got beat up at the Jets also before that. Okay, by Revis, and then he got beat up, I think, in Miami in the Dolphins.
Because remember, Sal stuck his knee out on the sideline and tripped that dude when he was running, and then they fired him.
Yep.
No, but I love Sal. He was a great coach, and he's a friend of mine. But that did happen. I mean, what the fuck?
You get your ass beat. Get your ass beat. Is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get rung up. Fuck, man. Fuck.
Is what it is, man. But let's move on, man.
Motherfucker needs to be rung up.
No diddy. No diddy.
True. No diddy. Move on to the trenches real quick, man. Wisconsin offensive lineman goes viral with this video of Gold Bond. Look at this. Matt, explain to people what's going on right here.
It's called friction, right? If you have never been in a position, and I am always in this position where your legs rub together, you don't know. Okay? So like being a big dude, JB doesn't know. Like when you got huge nuts and huge legs and a fucking carrying around a hammer like the majority of these fucking monsters are, you gotta make sure that you dump at least half a can of baby powder in there in certain days. Man, it's hot out there and shit. And then also, you want to make sure that you antique your quarterback. So when he goes down there, if you give him a little shake, it gets all over his hand, and then he's got to smell.
I made my center wear that baby powder the fuck.
Oh yeah, like I'm telling you, you want to hear the best story I've ever heard is Bobby Pesavento was our quarterback in 2001 when we won the Big 12, and Andre Gerard's our center. And Andre played forever in the NFL, and he's now coaching with Jacksonville. Great friend of mine, one of the best offensive linemen I've ever played against. Animal. And I remember we were like halfway through camp, and Bobby would just walk up with his fucking right hand and just stick it in people's faces. And we'd be like, "What is that?" And he'd be like, "Gray." He'd be like, "Dude, wash it off." He'd be in there with like fucking soap and a scrubber and like the fucking hardcore industrial soap, like scrubbing his hand. Fuck! Just like 30 minutes after practice every day, to the point where he would like wear double gloves and shit. And but when he's that good, you just got to go with it sometimes.
Yeah, that was the worst. That Badussi smell on the center. That's why I said, wear that fucking shit. And I baby powdered up. Because remember, quarterbacks, when we drop all day, you drop all day crossing our legs, you get fucking. I used to get fucking rash like a bitch. It was a bitch. And like, you don't know, Matt, those pants, right? Those pants and everything with the iPad.
It's the constant getting dressed, undressed, shower, this, that, the other. Like, I don't know if anybody ever like the fungal cream, right? Yeah. That you spray on your feet. Well, sometimes you got to spray that other places to eliminate other stuff. So I'm just saying it's nasty. Sometimes it gets gross in the locker room.
Football, it's nasty. Even the glove. You mentioned the glove smell after a while. Yeah. That's one of the worst smell. You could never get.
I used to like not washing my gloves so I could grab D-lines with face masks and like stick it in their face, and then they'd have to smell it.
Hey, Matt, back in the day when we played football. When we played real football back in the day, we had 2-a-days and 3-a-days. Before Smitty played flag,
I had 2-a-days.
I had 3-a-days. That was terrible.
Hey, remember after like the second practice, you walk in the locker room and smell that pad hanging in the locker, that fucking pad that everybody's trying to. Then they started the whole Febreze movement. Before the Febreze movement, pads were just that whole locker room, that smell. But we loved it though. That was what we loved though, because that's what it was. It was football.
We got to a point to where we got immune to the smell though. It got to a point to where I ain't even like smell it for real. It was me. I was the smell. The smell was me. We were the smell. It just became a thing. But when you first walk in the locker room, it's like, ugh.
I'll tell you this: the worse your team smells, the better you are.
Talk to them. Talk about it.
Yes,
facts.
I love it.
If your team smells good, you suck.
If it smelled like Febreze when we walked in, we started bitching. We were like, man, smell this fucking Febreze out of here.
I want this to smell like death.
Hey, I remember Coach Liker threw the fucking Febreze can at the trainer. He was like, stop fucking spraying this shit in here. This ain't no fucking
it tastes bad too.
Man, this gotta be one of your strongest takes. What you just said. Can you say that one more time? I want to make sure we get this cut because this shit might go viral.
If your team smells good, your team sucks.
Damn, the worse you smell, the better you are.
And that don't smell bad. That smells like money.
Hey, you know what's funny? Most bitches I fuck with that stink.
Oh, here we go. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not even close to what I'm talking about.
No. Let me correlate this.
It's like Athlon Sports right here. Go ahead.
It's a good take though. Most bitches that got pussy.
If it smells like tuna, it's probably tuna.
But they had the best pussy, no?
No, the stinky vagina is not the best pussy. No.
But feeling wise, it is. I gotta throw that out.
But once the mind is gone, once I smell what I smell and the mind is gone.
If I go down there and I start smelling fucking like a fish trap, I'm out.
See, Matt, but thing is, Matt, JB
don't go down there.
JB don't go down there. JB don't eat.
I'm not going down there.
JB don't eat, Matt.
Well, I'm just, bro, you don't like go down and smell. You don't do no, you just fucking go.
Well, I'm just saying, back in the day, you know.
You're the one that taught me about the fucking ear test, dude. What are you talking about? You taught me about the fucking thing. What?
I know, but that had nothing to do with the pussy smell. Like, bottom line is, it's like.
What, so, I don't know my first-hand account, obviously, but gonorrhea doesn't smell.
JB don't even have like sex no more. He don't even like go into the vagina no more.
Matt, you can smell. Matt, you can smell and pass the ear test. So remember the ear test. The ear test was if you jump, you got something, but you could smell because you're just fucking dirty, nasty bitch and don't have like clap or something.
Well, yeah, but that's not. How are you saying that smelling like he just left? The fuck? See, he does this all the time. He says something out.
What the hell just happened?
That's fucking ridiculous. Dude.
I don't even know what just happened.
All the time. Fuck you, bro.
All right, whatever.
I'm just saying, you can pass the wax test.
Yeah, you can pass the fucking clap test and not smell like a fucking fish trap. That's true.
But I'm just saying,
you can also throw a hot dog down a hallway or a wrench into a closet. That doesn't mean she's a good fuck. It means she's been turned the fuck out.
Hey, Smitty, remember though, track bitches, we used to run through track bitches, and they had this.
Women.
Track women smelt worse than any other woman. I'm gonna be honest. Every track bitch I fuck with, but they have some bomb pussy though. But they passed the earwax test, but then still smell. It's a give and take.
Do you like the smell?
No, it's horrible. That's why I stopped fucking with.
Jebby, when last time you had some like actual like vagina?
Last night.
No. You hear what I said? Last time you had vagina.
Last night.
Okay, all right. Reason why I asked that, Matt, JB oftentimes he just goes straight for the backside. He don't go for
the AE.
Yes, he don't even like. That's why I asked that specific question. So
look, it's not just him. It's not just him. I had a buddy in college who
you'll get there.
Had like 3 chicks that would only eat his ass, and that's the only thing that she did.
Right.
And he would leave for 20 minutes, come back all sweaty, grinning, and we'd be like, "Where'd you go? Nowhere. You were at the ass eater's house, weren't you, motherfucker?" So yeah, I mean, it's rare. It's rare, but there are these kind of animals in the wild. JB's one of them. My boy's one of them. I guarantee you got a couple friends who are just nasty motherfuckers, but that's okay. That's cool.
It's rare, like Mr. Clean with hair. Shout out to JB, man. Shout out to Joshua Asia with the $50 coach. Get some penicillin in this motherfucker. You know who's here though, Matt? As you leave out the building, you know who's entering the building? A Super Bowl champion, a quarterback guy, South Florida legend, the one and only Shaun King with the beard lined up with the bald head. How you doing, Shaun?
McChesney, what's going on, baby?
How you doing, Shaun? Good to see you today. Happy Friday, brother.
I talked to Sap yesterday. I told him I'm gonna come to a game. I'll make sure I link up with you when I get down there.
Bro, I'm so excited about that place right now. What did you think about the Alton Sports thing, bro? Did you think it was ridiculous?
They have so much stuff written about them. What was with that one particularly? What was that one talking about?
Y'all want to show? We can show it one more time. It's quick.
They have so much stuff out there about him.
Strapped up.
Said he's strapped up, Bailey. That's
They
crazy.
strapped up.
Basically, as he's searching for it.
Is Bailey trying to find it?
Yeah, I think Bailey's trying to find it. He probably took it out and bring it back in. But while he's looking for it, basically, this guy, this journalist, I'll put the quotes up, said that Colorado was carrying around guns, and there's a video of Bucky, Coach Deion's son, recording the guys talking about them being strapped up. Here we go. Check it out.
Tell us about the gun allegations.
It's rampant there. There's a video that's circulating that I actually found after the piece where they're asking, I believe it's Bucky is going around asking who's the most strapped on the team. And people are giving their opinions. It's not just one person. It's multiple people. I found a video also last night of Travis Hunter and Deion fishing, and there's a gun in plain sight while he's fishing.
Who's the stress of the day?
Strapped all day.
But the defense nominated you for strapped up.
What do you mean by that? I've been strapping the most shit up out here.
How many nominations we got to do now?
So obviously,
It's not
Shaun,
up like putting hands on him.
like locking you up, like strapped up, like
Right. I know what you're talking about.
right. But this motherfucker didn't know that.
Fucking white people, John.
Well, I mean, in Colorado, an open carry state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's all I've been saying. This guy's from Nebraska, too. That's even worse.
Yeah, it's not illegal, and you got to understand something. Like the NCAA, this is why I think they're the most naive and unintelligent organizations I've ever seen that have that kind of capacity. With the proliferation of social media, then the sudden influx of huge amounts of money, what do your star athletes now become? Targets. I mean, all the criminal elements around all of these college towns now, if you want to lick, oh, okay, Buddy driving what? Okay, Buddy got what kind of chain on? He getting how much? So the obvious thing to do is not harm and protect yourself, right?
You have to. It would be naive not to do it.
Right. So the environment dictates that now. That's why I think the NCAA just don't think things through.
Well, my problem with this whole thing is it's pointed at one school and one group of kids, and it's everybody I know has weapons. Every white boy farmer from the fucking rural area, every black guy that came in has gun. It's okay. You're an American. You can have weapons. What the fuck?
So, Matt, the only reason I won't let you play victim in this sense is because they self-incriminate. Like, all of this footage comes from the 17 people Deion has, like, to have their own blog, podcast, video platform.
You have a lot of eyes.
That are videoing it every day and putting the content out there.
But they're not doing anything wrong.
No, they're not. But you're going to get
it's being
tagged.
overblown.
Yeah, absolutely. But, again, that guy from Athlon, what else he got to do? He got to convince his editor that he deserves to be on the payroll. I'm working on a big story.
But to Matt's point, though, like what happened to our journalists, though? Like we used to have some respected writers who actually deep dive and make sure what they were writing about was accurate. This is super embarrassing, man, to like go out here and say that you thought that video of him walking around talking about using a football term, I'm strapping you up. We've been using that term for fucking years.
Forever.
And you thought that was actually talking about guns. That's why it's so embarrassing to me. If they actually had guns, all right, cool. Like that's a real story. Maybe, whether we agree or not, you can still have a story about it. There's no, I haven't seen any actual video of them walking around with guns. So to me, the whole story is bullshit. Like it makes no sense. So that's my problem with it.
There are still large parts of America that have no idea what the rest of America is doing. Never forget that.
That's facts.
You can never assume that everybody understands what it's like to live in certain areas and places and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Like people just don't know.
That's true. Big Matt, before you go, I got one more question that I want both of you guys kind of in on it. I kind of want to hear your NFL guys' opinion. So the NFL gives its first look at its technology that will replace the chain game. I know we've been talking about this a little bit, even from like last year. I think we brought this thing up. I just want to hear from the NFL guys' point of view We'll start with Matt first, and then hear from you, Shaun. What's your just overall viewpoint of them using technology to replace the chain game?
It's about time. I mean, I've seen them like measure this with a note card before, so that's not going to work for me. So, like with all the technology that's available, the chain gang, from a symbolic standpoint, I hope they're still there. But honestly, if they're gone, it's just something else that's cool that's eradicated. But they don't. It's not correct. So put a sensor on the ball, and then you have this is where it actually landed, and we're good. And then it takes all of the, it takes all of the well, this guy screwed up and people error out. So I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it because I think if you're going to show something to the public, then you need to use it in the actual game. I think the fact that they used to show the line and then not use it, it makes no sense. Same thing with baseball. Why have a damn strike box and don't use it?
And not use it. Yeah.
So not everybody yelling at the goddamn ump because it's obviously inside or outside the box.
That's a strike.
Right.
That's a good point. JB, any thoughts on this?
Friday.
All right,
All right, Matt.
Good one, Matt.
Peace, boys.
Peace.
Hey, real quick, somebody in the chat mentioned.
What up, JB?
What up, Shaun? Good to see you. Somebody in the chat mentioned a good friend of mine that was the head coach for Edmonton Elks in the CFL. He's won a Grey Cup, been around a long time, coached at Alabama as well with Saban, coached in the NFL for the Browns, Chris Jones. He said they're 1-7. Will he keep his job? Chris Jones was fired 4 weeks ago, and they were 0-8, by the way. And a good friend of mine took over as the head coach interim, and you guys know him. Shaun probably knows him really well. Jarius Jackson played at Notre Dame, is the head coach right now, and he'll be on the show next week or when we come back for the NFL season. But Jarius is the head coach right now, just to correct the guy in the chat. So Chris Jones was fired. Good friend of mine. He's actually in good spirits. He's back home in Tennessee, and he'll probably be a DC somewhere in the CFL or get back into American football. I don't know, but it's a tough deal, man. When you lose, he took a shot at Malik Henry for me and signed him to a deal. And Malik got cut later on. Malik's also going to be back on the show during the season. But that's what's going on in Edmonton with the Elks. Just to give you guys some updates. Shaun, what's up, man? To answer your question, Smitty, I hate the technology shit. You know me. I'm the old guy on the thing. I miss the old white guy holding the chain on the sideline. But
and JB, I'm neither here nor there. All I'm saying is if you're gonna show it to the viewing public, then you should be using it.
Yeah.
I hear. I mean, only thing I don't like is I guess it's kind of like taking some jobs away, right? I don't know how much they get paid. I have no idea what it is, but it's still it's a job, right? It's not like a volunteer thing. I'm assuming these guys get paid. So from that perspective, I don't like that. But to Matt's point, if it's making the decisions and more accurate, then of course I want the right decision to be made. I don't want human error. I don't want mistakes to be made. I want to know if it's a first down. I want to know if it's a first down. If it's not, it's not. Let's just keep it what it is. And hopefully, I just hope it doesn't slow the game down more. You know what I'm saying? I just hope it's like a quick process. They get good at it and it keeps the game flowing.
That's why I hate it. It's an impossibility not to slow it down. It's going to slow it down. Look at all technology is added to this game. It's become unwatchable in basketball. We have an instant replay every fucking play now in NBA. Like, it's unwatchable for me. Like, that's number one reason why I don't watch the NBA like I did. That's number one. I'm tired of seeing all the players bitch and moan and cry about a common foul. Now it's looked at as a flagrant 1, flagrant 2. The NFL now, every single hit, if it has to do with the helmet and you hear it, it's a replay of targeting. College football the same way. The analytics shit's taken over, and this is technology to me that I could live without.
Hey, JB, how about this? In the NBA, it's intentional. And here's how I know. Here's my justification for this fact. This is not an opinion. This is fact. When you watch the men's USA basketball team play, all that bullshit they do in the regular season, arguing about every foul, replay, review this, you don't see none of that.
Because they know, Shaun, they're not going for that shit over there.
Any of that. So that doubles down on the fact that the NBA, they do that intentionally. And it aggravates me to no end.
Hey, Shaun, that up because the one thing I like about the Olympics, they let them play physical as hell over there. They ain't calling shit. So I'm like, all right.
Hey, Shaun, a real deep dive into this that a lot of people won't talk about on any other show. As a coach and former coach and maybe still coach if you get back into it, Same with me. Like, if I'm the coach on the sideline, I'm the head coach for my team, and the chains are part of the feel for me play calling. So, like, if
they're on your sideline, especially.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it, and I'm already dialed in on my 2nd and 1 call. Now I don't see a guy with chains. Now I'm sitting there looking for what? Some sort of red laser beam or technology to say. Now I'm like, to me, that's automatic. It slows the game down. We're gonna have again less action, more fucking thought, slowing down our natural instinct of playing and going fast. And now we can't just line up and go. Maybe hard count them, quick count them. To me, it's going to change the game.
I got a question. Can the players see the line? Is it visible on the field?
I don't see how. I don't see what. What are you going to use? What are you going to use? There's no way you can see a laser in daylight. There's no way you can see it.
Bailey, do you have an answer for that? Is there anything written about that rule?
People
I know we've always been able to see it on the TV, but what are the players?
People in the chat are saying the chains are still going to be used. So I don't know.
Okay. Because I know
a combination of both.
I know last night, and this is a PSA to every quarterback out there that thinks he's hot shit, some kind of prima donna. If you play for me and you do what Tommy DeVito did last night, your ass is coming stand next to me. So Tommy DeVito's running on 3rd and 6, and he has a chance to get the first down. But because it's become cute for guys to slide in the National Football League now, as opposed to getting the first down, he slides a yard short of the first down.
I don't get it.
Lack of awareness. Soft.
Hey, real quick, and some breaking news. I don't know if you heard about this, but I think Bailey may have it or not. I'm just going to announce it if he doesn't. But the Panthers airplane had a little scare. They slid off the runway. No one was hurt, but it happened, I guess, in Charlotte today. Yeah.
Landon.
Yeah, Landon. They lit off the goddamn. They slid off the goddamn tarmac, I guess. No. Woo, that's that part, man. That's it. I don't fuck with it.
Well, I'm glad. Listen, you said landed, so that means that's on the ground. And if I'm on the ground, and I feel a little better about my situation,
that would have been tragic.
That would have been crazy.
That would have canceled the season.
Yeah,
seriously.
That's Marshall-esque right there.
Thank God they're okay though, man. Moving on, man. NFL preseason is tonight. Another game. Justin Fields debuts with the Steelers. Man, we talk a lot about Justin Fields in this all season. Will he get an opportunity to really start? Is it Russ's job to lose, etc.? But Shaun, I want to ask you, what do you expect to see from Justin Fields tonight? Keep it real. Don't be nervous.
It's the preseason is an anomaly. Like, I take nothing from the preseason at all, good or bad. I mean, first of all, how much is he going to play? Secondly, are the other 10 guys taking it serious as he is? Like, is the other team game planning and the Steelers aren't? Like, it's just so many variables that go into this shortened NFL preseason. I really detach myself from, like, making evaluations or having opinions based on it. And I know that might be like a cop-out answer, but I think it's the safest way to not overreact positively or negatively.
That's why we had a poll question today. It was like, did Joe Milton already surpass Drake May? And I'm like, Drake May.
Or did he outplay him is what the question was. Did he outplay him?
That's an impossibility. He threw 2 screen passes. They pulled Drake May out of the game. He didn't throw the ball vertical at all. He didn't have any sort of semblance of a game where we saw pocket pressure, pocket presence. This guy, Milton played later in the game. He obviously, there's a hitch in his face. Throw the ball on time. Show me you understand the coverage. Show me that part of it, and I'll be to the average fan out here. I'm the hater because I'm telling you what facts are. And then ball security is job security. He's holding the ball like a fucking loaf of bread. He's got the ball all over the place. And in the game, that's going to cost us. And so he would have negatives all over the place if I'm grading him. So that's why the question is crazy. No, he didn't outplay him because the scenarios are ungradable in the fact that what Shaun just said. I don't take it serious. Everything is totally different. And today we're watching this down, Shaun. You and I are breaking this down. We got 2 plays from Drake May. The 2 screen passes. He's out. What are we watching that 26 times to get a grade on 2 plays? Like it's kind of redundant. We're sitting here just picking and choosing. I don't know.
Well, I never thought, if you look at my draft evaluations, I know I wasn't doing the show with you guys yet at that point. I didn't have a first round grade on Drake May. So I think they overdrafted Drake May to start with. Secondly, we know that Joe Milton has otherworldly arm talent. We know that he's a big jumbo athlete. He didn't show us anything that he hadn't demonstrated previously. His issue is, can he consistently locate the football in an accurate way? Like, that's his issue. Like, everything he did last night, he's been doing that since he was in high school. He's from Orlando. I recruited the kid out of high school. He went to Michigan initially, then transferred to Tennessee. He actually got beat out by Hendon Hooker. Him and Hendon Hooker were there together. Joe Milton was the starter, played so bad in the opener, they went to Hendon Hooker, and then, of course, the rest is history. Hendon Hooker, who played pretty well for the Lions when he got in last night, became the quarterback. So, no, Milton can do this in his sleep. That's what he does. What he has not ever proven is that he can consistently and accurately locate the football.
And then him and Hooker are like very similar in skill set.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar.
Same size guys. Milton might be a little taller.
Yeah.
Oh, Hooker lowered that shoulder a little bit on that.
Hey,
I think
that's what not playing do to you. You be so happy to be back out there.
Yeah. I think Milton lost to like fucking what's his name in Michigan, McNamara or one of those guys. So like
he started at Michigan and got benched there. Started at Tennessee, got benched.
So like I'm not
at the end of Tennessee.
Yeah, and then we get all caught up in a run that he made that some guy made $40 on DraftKings off of. And that's the part I just like. It's laughable to me. I don't know. I just think it's funny.
Somebody bet Milton's rushing yards.
What's your take on this NCAA non-carrying assholes of America? Basically suspending Jim Harbaugh, who's now an NFL head coach who will never go back to college anyway. What a joke! No,
it's just. The NCAA is tone deaf. They have no ability to read the room.
Like
this is like so asinine. Like, why?
Hey, you know it's bad when you just gotta laugh. You can't really even get the takeout. It's like, what's going on? How you get fired on your day off, Shaun? How you get like? It don't make sense.
The thing is, like, they're so tone deaf. They don't realize they're not even impacting Michigan or Jim Harbaugh. They're making themselves look bad. You just crown these guys national champions in your greatest, most popular sport after suspending him last year. So are you saying that you didn't do due diligence before the suspension last year, that you gave him 2 years instead of 20? Now you're trying to, put him back in front of the judge like this? I hate the NCAA.
Yeah,
I agree.
It makes no sense at all. I feel like at this point they're just doing shit to do it, just to say they do, like to check off a box. Okay, cool. We suspended them, even though it doesn't mean anything. We did it. Boom. It's like
I'm with JB now. Non-caring assholes of America. I'm rocking with you, JB.
Makes no sense at all, man. Makes no sense at all.
Let's do it.
Transitioning though, man, kind of staying on Jim Harbaugh topic a little bit. Nico Collins, says Jim Harbaugh slept on his living room floor during his Michigan recruiting process.
With Coach Harbaugh.
Take a look.
Is it true that he
eating his fries?
He ate your fries when he first met
man,
you?
I ate my fries. Look, it was crazy. I came in, man, from lunch, right? So he came in, him and Coach Pep. So they was in the field house, man. He sat down. I was eating my lunch. He was sitting there beside me. He said, "What's up, Jim Harbaugh?" I'm like, "How you doing?" Nico Collins. Like, food look kind of good. He went there and grabbed the fry, right? I'm like, "Go ahead, just have it, But and then that night, man, he came over to the crib. He stayed over, and
he slept over.
Yeah, he slept over. It was crazy because I wasn't expecting him to, chill.
Jim wanted to
chill.
Like in a camper outside, or
man, I'm talking about.
He shared the room.
He came in. No, he was in the living room. He was in the living room on the floor. So he came on the floor. Yeah, so he came in. He came in the city, man. So he was there the whole entire day. Him and Pep Hamilton. And we was there just chilling. He said we was gonna stay the night. I really didn't believe it until he really didn't leave. It was like 9:00. I'm like, oh yeah, he's for real. Yeah, it was for real. So
had to commit.
Yeah, I had to. It was one of them. I was like, yeah, Harbaugh, he's locked in with me, man. And I feel like ever since then, he stood out to me in my whole recruiting process. So I feel like, man, Harbaugh always been that guy.
Harbaugh, man, gotta love it, man. He gonna be himself. That's one thing about Harbaugh. Like, you might disagree with some of the actions he do. He might be a little come off as corny or doing too much, but Harbaugh's gonna be Harbaugh. So I can respect you for being who you are. JB gonna be JB. He gonna cuss you out. He gonna say some wild stuff, but he gonna always be JB. But I want to hear y'all thoughts. What do y'all think about this? I have a problem with that. The story. What is it?
Nico just blasted him out. It's a recruiting violation. So
I was gonna say, is that legal?
It don't matter now.
He just blasted him out. Another recruiting violation.
Actually, let me tell you, what they gonna do? Suspend him on 2 more games on top of the shit they already did?
They're gonna hit him next year for another fine. Hey, by the way, that's not the first guy. Pete Carroll used to do that shit all the time. He used to do that shit all the time. I believe he did it with Reggie Leinart. He did that all the time. So sleeping over was a thing that was just trying to, you know how it is, Shaun. That shit, it's crazy. Pete Carroll would go in there and not even know who the player was. He'd get a real quick rendition from the scouting department on what. Right when they walked in, Ken Norton would be like, "Hey, this guy had 200 yards versus Taft last night. Blah blah blah. Pete's never seen him before. Walked in there, man. That game against Taft last night was unbelievable. Pete hadn't watched nothing. He don't even know who the motherfucker was. He was just a gift to Gabber and unbelievable recruiter. So it happens. We've seen it before. Shit. Hey, Shaun, let me ask you something. Lane Kiffin, a good friend of mine, man. He's getting sued. Getting sued again by this guy who apparently goes around suing folks for using terms that he does for copyright infringement. This guy's done it before, and Lane is just kind of trolling him at this point. Winning Isn't Normal is a book this guy wrote apparently, and now he's suing Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin was sued by a player that he got recorded by and all kind of shit. Lane don't really care. Lane trolls the best of them. What's your take just seeing this right out the gate?
This is bogus. When I saw it initially, it piqued my interest because I wanted to know like what the legality was. Because a lot of coaches have things that they've read or they picked up that anytime they get a new job, it's painted on the walls, whatever their slogan is, So I wanted to see if it was actual something that was legally on the right side. But then I started reading up on this Dr. Keith Bell, and this is his little shit. Like, this is a little chick. I don't know, it's shit. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
This is what he does. I mean, they say he's done it like a lot, like over 30, 40 times. So, plus me, I know Lane very well. Lane definitely didn't read your whole book, Keith Bell. Somebody showed him like a little insert of it, and he liked it, and he used it.
Yeah, Lane sends me books and writes in them all the time. I've shared it on the show before. It's funny.
Lane, good dude, man.
Lane is a book reader.
Lane was like a little youngin' when I first got to Tampa because his dad was the DC at the time. Him and his brother used to be running around the building a lot.
Yeah, and my buddy coached him at Fresno State years ago. So he was there with Dennis Erickson's son, Bryce Erickson. I believe Trent Dilfer was just left. Jim Arianes became the quarterback, I want to say. That's when Bellotti was the OC. The OG old guy at Fresno forever was the head coach. Goddamn, what's his name? And then Pat.
Right?
Nah, Tedford was there as well. He was the quarterback coach, I believe. Or he was OC. Bellotti was the QB coach. Pat was the O-line coach, and then Swinson was the head coach, I believe. Fresno was good. Fresno had dudes. That's when they were like the UNLV in basketball at that time, a smaller school that had a bunch of dudes.
The Valley.
Yeah, the Valley, baby, the Valley. Let me ask you something real quick. What is your take on the helmets being used in fights by these guys? I call it the biggest cowardly act ever. I asked Smitty straight up yesterday. I go, have you ever seen a teammate hit a teammate with a helmet? And he tried to bump around the question, and I'm like, and he's like, no. I go, exactly. This is teammates we're talking about. To me, it's bitch made to hit another guy with a helmet on another team too. But in practice now, we're seeing it at an all-time high. Appalachian State did it. in practice the other day in a scrimmage.
I saw that.
Megatron just did it. Or not Megatron. What's the name for Seattle? It's Big Swole. Metcalf did it. We saw another guy do it yesterday with Bengals. What's going on with the helmet to face act? And how do you sit next to that dude in the locker room the next day? Like, this is your teammate. This ain't a goddamn team. This is my take, Shaun. I want to get your take. I equate it to the transfer portal and no cultures being built, because we got guys that are 30, 40 different guys every semester. They're coming from another school. They really don't have an investment or care about you. There's too many guys from other areas that just never spend enough time together in a cultured environment and have a care for each other. They're all chasing a bag of money, and it's all about what can you give me? And I don't think they give a shit about each other anymore. I think it's hurting football, but that's my take on it in another type of way, a roundabout way. I just think we're seeing more and more of this type of non-caring shit because we don't have true cultures anymore, ideologies, any philosophies that are being built, because there's no guys that are together more than a year.
Yeah, I would have an issue with you trying to hit me with a helmet. Like, I'll be honest with you. Here's what needs to happen. That kid from Appalachian State needs to press charges. And because
then they're gonna call him a bitch, Shaun, and you're a bitch. Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta have somebody take the fall for positive change to happen. I'm because this is basically attempted murder.
I know.
You can kill somebody like that, but that helmet, you hit them in the right spot.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's fucking wild, man. I never.
I'm telling you right now, if you're out there and you hit me with a helmet, I will get you back.
My thing is this: how do you go in the locker room and fight with that dude in a game in the fourth quarter in the season and not think about that? Like, there's no way. There's no way in my world.
Oh, I'm gonna definitely get some get back, JB, and it's gonna be just as violent as you attempted to be on me. Because the thing I always taught my players, in a game where you are legally allowed to move another man against his will, and you're going to get 60-plus reps and have a chance to do it, I don't want to have no extracurricular stuff going on.
Shaun, you're the head coach at App State. How do you address the team after that?
I mean, I don't care what level of player he is. You got to stand for something. Like, he got to go.
And so you're the head coach. You walk in there and say, all right, we had this. Yeah. We had, like, how do you address the team? Like, my thing, if you don't get rid of that guy and you keep that kid.
Oh, yeah. You got to start the meeting off. Hey, guys.
You've lost the locker room, right? You've lost the locker room.
Yeah. He's no longer with us, guys.
And that's my point to Smitty all the time about the old man on the cloud, yelling at the cloud deal. When I talk about this player empowerment shit with the coaches being able to give, or, when the coaches can transfer and go to another school and take another job versus the player doing it, because these coaches are put in these predicaments that no one wants to talk about. First of all, it's NIL now, chasing a bag. Number one, it's transfer portal because you yelled at them, he transfers. And then they can do whatever they really want to do. And the head coach is now kind of strapped. Either A, I got to deal with a collective who paid this dude. So now how do I cut him? B, I don't even know what's going on now outside of my control. I'm no longer the CEO of this thing. I'm kind of just the do boy, head coach, figurehead. That's why I disagree so bad. I'm like, dude, it's a bad look for everybody.
I never had a problem with coaches leaving. I'm just saying, just keep that same energy though. Like if I'm on a team and Coach JB and Shaun went to my living room, talked to my grandmother and my mother about how they're gonna, impact their son and grandson's life, and they got a plan for me to improve me as a football player, as a man, and then that next year you leave. And there's a whole new coach staff comes in with a different philosophy who I don't know. They only like deep tackles who are 6'3" and above, and I'm 5'11", 6 foot, and I know I'm not going to play. Why me as a player should I just stick around and waste my career when this ain't the group that promised me all these things and brought me in? So my thing is coaches should leave and better themselves, but players should too. And I don't think it has anything to do with age and earned it or not. If I have the ability to leave, I should have the ability to leave. It don't matter if I'm 18 or if I'm 40. If I'm trying to better myself and it's literally to better myself, then that's what it is. Now, I don't like where we're at now because players are going to 8 different schools. That's stupid. At some point, all right, bro, you gotta make a decision and stand by it. That's why I liked the rule they had when I played, where you could, I mean, you transfer like once, but you need a reason, damn near. You know what I'm saying? You need like a reason to why, location, family member was sick, whatever. But then you transfer, you got to sit out. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I wish they would bring that back, but remove the reason. Like, all right, you want to transfer one time? Cool, transfer one time. You don't have to. Transfer one time. You don't need like an actual excuse, but you do got to sit out. I think that would make players be like, man, shit. Let me make sure I really want to leave. Because right now there's no punishment. There's no regret. It's like, fuck it, I'm just keep transferring, keep leaving, and going everywhere. So that's
hey, Shaun, before you get out of here, enjoy the weekend. Shaun, Steve's out there
for a fight. It's a fight today, right?
Tomorrow. Victor Ortiz.
Yeah. Shaun, real quick. Two things. What do you think about Bud Crawford fight? I thought old boy did a great job strategizing against him. I picked him to win. I bet it because scared money don't make money, so I bet it. I was like, why not? Fuck it. I thought it was a pretty damn even fight, and I thought he did a pretty good job staying away. Kid, it was only, I think, 12 fights, pro fight, so I thought that was a pretty good job by him, number one. Number two, get your take on that, and then your CeeDee Lamb take and Jerry Jones. What do you think? What do you think's going on in Dallas with the whole back and forth tweets between Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Jerry Jones? It seems like some childish shit here. When you see, this is the thing. Again, back to player empowerment. This is the guy that's going to feed you and pay you, and you're talking shit. This is the Cowboys, Shaun. I just keep saying it. This is the fucking Cowboys. This is who they are. They're a shit show. Can't get out of their own way. So give me the fight take and give me that take before you leave.
First of all, Michael Parsons is such a troll. He lives for that. He's so funny. I thought Bud looked phenomenal.
Okay.
Here's the hard thing in boxing. Most Americans are not hardcore boxing fans. They will watch it. They will know about the exciting guys like a Tank Davis, but they aren't really like boxing purists.
Right.
So they don't understand how good Madrimov is. Madrimov is the 154-pound version of like a Lomachenko. They had such substantial amateur backgrounds that's why they only got a limited amount of professional fights. Because unlike American fighters who will bypass trying to be an Olympian, bypass the amateurs to get straight to the pros and try and make money, in those countries, those guys are amateurs because the Olympics matter. So moving up in weight against a really, really good opponent with an awkward style, I had Bud win at 8-4. I thought he showed his class. He took away a lot of the things Madrimov does. If you go look at some of Madrimov's previous fights, he throws a lot of punches. He's a volume puncher. He was damn near afraid to throw anything but that right hand every now and then against Bud.
Yeah.
Bud was pepper spraying.
I kind of, and I'm not a boxing enthusiast like you and Steve, but I looked at it as different. I looked at it a little different, just me being a strategist in life. I'm like, I think that was his strategy too, because he knew he was fighting a quicker guy in Bud Crawford. So why would I open myself up to getting countered? I thought it was a good job with his feet. He danced around and still attacked at the same time, but he didn't. I thought he did a pretty damn good job. I thought it was impressive for what he did against the greatest boxer in the game right now.
I think both guys were a little careful, honestly, because I think Crawford also understood the power and the size difference of Madrimov as well. So especially that first, like I would say, 5 to 6 rounds. I mean, they both were kind of just like trying to. It's like Madrimov has an awkward style. I would say
very awkward.
It's hard to find your way in. Crawford eventually did in the back half, which is why I agree with you. I think he won. I think I had it like 7-5, so like a round difference. But I'm with you. Can
I give a big picture? And I know hopefully Turkey Al Sheik, I think is his name. I think he watches JB's show with Smitty.
He do,
bro. Listen,
Hall of Famer already. Pat Perez and I were killing him. You know, that's Pat's boy because that's all live golf guy.
Right,
that's their boy.
Hey, tell Perez and tell Buddy, hey, look, we appreciate the matchups, but bro, we don't need no
8 hours
cars given away where the person got to walk down from the Raptors.
That motherfucker was loaded too. He was loaded. He was from East LA. That motherfucker parked that shit next to a goddamn 76 pup, Isuzu pup in the hood.
Hey, Hey, we don't need no hour-long Eminem concert, man. Cut all the stuff out.
It was nice though. I was there in person. He was spitting. I was there, feet on the floor.
You go through 7 bottles of liquor on a card like that, man. Come on, man. You trying to kill
Hey,
people, man.
hey, Shaun Salisbury was over at the house. We were all there. Shaun and his girl came. They were there for the first 4 hours. They left. We still had 4 more hours of watching.
Right.
We thought it was the next day. Then you got the Eminem concert thrown in the middle of the shit. And we're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it was too much.
It was a show though. It was an event. As you know, if you spend your money, you want an event. You know
here's
maybe
what
in person. Maybe in person.
If you're gonna do all of that, do that after or before the boxing. Don't do it in the middle of the boxing.
Or how about Eminem? You do a fucking concert on your own. Hey, Shaun.
But real quick, your CD Lamb take. CD Lamb, 4 years is up. Contract is up after this year. Each year, he's literally gotten better from catches to yards to touchdowns. Literally, he has gotten better every single year. One of the best receivers in the game, not even a question at all. He's looking at the wide receiver market. People who he has better stats in, or he's right there comparable with them, like JJ and all these other cats. He wants to get paid. He's done with his job to get paid. But from Jerry Jones' mindset, he's like, listen, I done got the best players on this team. This team is loaded with the best rosters, and you guys can't even get to the NFC Championship. I ain't got no urgency right now to pay none of you motherfuckers. Micah retweets it. What's going on in Dallas? Whose side are you on? What's your thoughts, Shaun? Let us know right now.
It might be time for Jerry to walk away. It might be time for Jerry to go ahead and.
That's my take. That's my take.
It's been a good run, Jerry. It's been a good
run. What
run.
you take, JB?
It was my take. I said it's overrated. You said you love him and all that. I'm like, he hasn't won in 30 years.
Jerry has done a good. Hold on. Has Jerry not done a good job with putting this team together though? Look at the roster.
Let's not get sidetracked.
Okay, I'm sorry. Stay on, Shaun.
I'm with CD Lamb 100%. Like Jerry, you talking crazy. You talking out the side of your head. All of CD Lamb's peers, for one, he has played as well or better than all of them. You can put what he's done up against anybody. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, all those guys. And he deserves to be paid. Y'all ain't losing the playoffs because of CD not showing up.
Let me before you get out here, I gotta break this down. Who's been his counterpart? Michael fucking Gallup. All right, let's be honest. Who's been JJ's counterpart? He had Thielen, which caught 100 balls under his watch.
Hawkinson.
He had Hawkinson. He had a back and Cook who caught 100 balls.
Cowboys got Dalton Schultz, don't they?
Now, but he was with the Texans for the beginning of CD Lamb.
Who's Cowboys tight end? Like, okay.
So my point is, and then you get Addison last year. CD's been the solo dolo cat on that roster. He should be catching 100 balls a year.
He had Amari Cooper year one, didn't he?
What?
Yeah.
He had Amari Cooper.
He got hurt. He missed half the season. So like I'm just trying to figure out. Like, let's be honest here. This guy has had no counter. He's been the solo offensive weapon on that roster.
But you still got to catch the ball. You still got to get open. You still got to score 12 touchdowns, 1,700 yards, 1,700 yards. Like,
by the way, though, he's 700 yards behind JJ, who had to share the rock in six more games.
We're not saying he's better than JJ. JJ's probably number one.
I'm just saying, put it in perspective. 6 less games, and JJ has 700 more yards. They only separate by 1 touchdown. CD has 1 more touchdown. And I look at it like, wait up, if JJ was by himself, he'd probably have fucking 2,000 more yards. Like you got to really look at it.
The counter to that is he's getting the best DB every week, and the coverage is rolling to him. If they decide to double somebody, he's the obvious guy to get double. Let me say this: Jerry tripping. JB, I don't want to hear all that you talking about right there. Like, I ride with you, you my guy. But Jerry Jones is tripping. And here's why he's tripping. And here's why I'm CD Lamb. I'm willing to sit the whole season out. Or not the whole season, but I'm willing to sit out until that last week I can come and still get it credited. That's when I see you. Because of the damn franchise tag. Like, I'm not going to play these games with you, Jerry, and come to the end of this 4-year contract next year, and you pick up my option, and then play my option, and then you franchise tag me. No, Jerry, The market says this is what Armand St. Brown, DJ Moore, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, they've all gotten deals recently. Pay me.
That's simple.
Yeah, pay me.
Like that's all I understand with JB. I get the whole player empowerment. I get all. I agree with some of that stuff, but like, what do you expect the player to do? Like, if my contract is about to come up, and everybody else in my position group who's done what I've done or even close to what I've done is getting paid $30+ million, I would look like Boo Boo the Fool and just sit here and be like, no, fuck it. I love the game too much. I'm gonna just keep playing. You ain't gotta pay me, Jerry. That's literally stupid. It's stupid.
I just want to know when it's enough. It's never enough. These cats, they're the most enabled.
Come on, baby. Sean, he's saying that. Sean, JB saying that. I started looking in. If he was a player right now, best believe he'd be doing the same fucking shit. Ain't no way in hell. Hey, when is it enough? Okay, I've made enough money. He's on a rookie deal.
You forgot, Smitty. You're only coming from one perspective. I got to counter and play devil's advocate and be the coach too. I got to do both because I've done both. I'm trying to counterbalance this thing, and it's just not a very conducive way to continue to
deal, JB.
By the way, he hasn't fucking done nothing since Jimmy Johnson left, homie. I'm talking about Jerry Jones. I'm talking about the Cowboys. I'm talking about the Cowboys, period.
Yeah,
so
it might be time for Jerry to hit the road. I mean, he ain't gave Dak the extension. He ain't extended Parsons. He ain't extended CeeDee Lamb. What Jerry about to put the Cowboys up for sale? So he trying to say
JB said he all in this year.
What the hell going on?
I think he's tired of paying motherfuckers, and he's like, listen, hey, y'all gotta show me something. I'm not gonna keep paying y'all and get all this star talent. They win 12 games a year, and what they do, they lose in the divisional.
That is what it is.
Or the wild part.
Sean, enjoy the weekend. Stay cool. Fuck, we'll see you Monday. Or no, we're gonna go dark, Sean, and get ready for the season. So
we'll talk to you offline. I'll talk to you offline. Let you know.
All right, fellas. Appreciate it.
John. Appreciate it.
Be safe. Man, we got one more hour left. Not even an hour, 40 minutes. We're gonna do a quick 3-minute break. When we come back, Jeff Nasty Nadu will join us for Free Game Friday, and we about to get crazy this last 40 minutes. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Peace.
Here, this is the infamous one of the palm trees at Ash 8.
Can't fucking believe you. See this fucking belt? You see this? Who just eats a whole fucking palm tree, man? You guys are fucking shitting. Just fucking unearthed the motherfucker. Ate the whole fucking thing. Like, who eats a whole fucking palm tree? Like, you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? Now, let's shake now. Who did it? I'm gonna look at the fucking camera. Who fucking did it? Sit down.
Sit down. Sit. Sit down. Now, do we understand each other? Excuse me. There is no more fucking up palm trees. I'm tired of spending all this money, and now I've created a whole fucking barricade for you. So I don't want to have to dig this bitch out. I'm fucking dead. I'm old. My back hurts. I'm fucking stiff as a porn dick. Come here. Sit down. Sit down. Boy, if you don't sit your ass down. Now, you come over here with me. Come on. Here's what I had to do to fucking stop you. And I got a better, beautiful, bigger tree. So now we are shitting in tall grass. Replanted it, bitch. Soiled it up. Put a little trellis in here. Put a bunch of fucking stones. Look like Stonehenge around this bitch. And now, Ash, are you gonna fucking try to dig this bitch out? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do this again?
So I had to. Ash, remember this? Remember you ate this? Did you do this? He ate once. I put this little moat around it, and just a sitting area. Come over here. We got the plastic basketball court and driving range. So if I ever want to pull out the big dog, that's our net. All we do is just slap down our driving range, you know. Bam, swing away. And that's where we swing into the net. Jimmy crack corn on this hoop. And here's my RV parking where I park the whips. Just take you out and show you a few. Out these double gates, I'll show you a few cars. Come on out. So right here, of course, is the bad boy. The last year they made this Cadillac EXT, one of a kind. Can't find these anywhere. And then you come out here, you got the 650i, BMW, ragtop, 500 to the rear, white interior. You know, you can't beat it. This is my baby though, my truck. Full sound, custom sound system in both. Top notch, only as I do. And obviously, this is my crib. Oops. All right, that's JB's Cribs. Appreciate you jumping by, coming by. Listen, it's time to go. Now take your asses and get the hell out of here. I'm about to go cook some slapstick tri-tip. It's been a pleasure. Now go home. Peace. Get to look down on the property. That'll do it. Real Coach JB's Cribs. Peace.
Listen, time will tell and tell will time. You ain't worth the nigga, you ain't even a dime. JB, he is him and I am I, but we got Nadu on the show and it's time. What's going on, Jeff, man? How you doing, man? You got the chain, you got the all black on.
What's happening? Thanks for having me.
Of course,
good.
Man.
What up? Jersey Jerry's. Hey, are you a Jersey Mike's fan now?
I like Jersey Mike's, yeah. Jersey's is good. Actually, I'm wearing.
You never had it before. You tried it. You never had it.
No. See, where I live, we get good food. We got good bread here. It's not far from Philly, but I'm wearing this shirt because there's a Rough and Rowdy event tonight, and I was just thinking back to when Jerry and I fought. It was a great night. A great experience. So fun.
And
hey, I respect you for going in that ring.
It was a mess, but looking back, if I ever did it again, I would do a lot of shit different, but I made a lot of money. We both got paid, so it worked out.
That's all that matters, man. If it ain't making dollars, it don't make sense. I know that much, JB. But JB don't care about the money. He care about, JB's a believer that, after you make a certain amount of money, you've made enough, and you should never ask for more. So that's what he believes in. So that's cool. He's willing to settle. Let's move on to some football though. Here, start with some football. Caleb Williams says that Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford are his top two QBs in the NFL right now. We should have got Shaun King's opinion on this, but we was moving and grooving. JB, I'm going to start with you first. What's your take on this? I know you're a big Caleb Williams fan. We got a video right here. Let's play the video first.
When he would play for Detroit, I enjoyed watching them, but I wasn't so young, but I was younger, and I didn't really understand. And then I got older and older, and then I started to understand his game. He's unbelievable. Like there's a couple plays where he'll get a play action, and he has the backer on a string. Like he wants the backer to go here, he'll go there, and he'll throw it right behind his head at the perfect touch, perfect velocity. And so he's unbelievable. I don't know how. I think it was 46, right? On the top 100, 56.
I don't even top know.
100.
I didn't look.
It was something unbelievable that he shouldn't have been. I was not happy about.
Where would you put him?
Matthew Stafford is probably. I don't think I can name two or three quarterbacks that play the position better than Matthew Stafford.
Wow.
Not obviously playing right now. I'm not saying.
42. He was 42 on the list.
I don't know how he's 42.
You're telling me he's better than Josh Allen. He's better than that.
Matthew Stafford is Matthew Stafford. Aaron Rodgers right now in the game is my number one QB.
Yes. Which
obviously last year he got hurt and things like that. So that's it kind of varies for the top 100. But
you don't play Aaron. You play Matthew though.
Yeah, Matthew's
week
top
4.
2 in the league.
You're playing in week 4.
I know. He's top 2 in the league. I give him his respect. I watch his game. Try and mimic things and get after.
I respect it.
Is that AI?
Why you say that for?
His voice sounds fucking feminine as shit.
JB, do you like what he's talking about or not? You be fucking about the wrong shit. You fucking around with the motherfucker. His voice sound. You are a negative Nancy. You are a glass.
I actually love. He gained a little bit of kudos.
Thank you.
Those two guys that he mentioned are at least he understands that those two are the best ball spinners in football. That's for sure. They're the best ball spinners in football. So he gained a little bit from me. Jeff?
All right. Yeah, so I'm not a big player award kind of guy. I don't really play them much from a betting standpoint, but I'm sold. I think he is offensive rookie of the year type of guy. I didn't understand the number initially. He's a big favorite to win that award. I thought Jaden Daniels, I like the position he was put in, being on a team with a little bit of talent around him, particularly with Terry McLaurin. But I'm sold on Caleb Williams. I've been reading a lot about, just his diet, his choice of lifestyle, the way he kind of does things. I mean, you look at Keenan Allen there. You got DeAndre Swift in the backfield. That's going to be an improved football team in Chicago. And I think he's going to be kind of the start of it all. He obviously has a good way of thinking with the guys he mentioned are two of the greats. I agree with him. When I was a kid, I didn't see it with Matt Stafford either because he was on a bad team. But I think as we see now, old reliable, and look, Aaron Rodgers speaks for itself. I always compared Aaron Rodgers to Allen Iverson in the thought of that. There's one thing that Aaron Rodgers does that Allen Iverson did. It doesn't matter what Allen Iverson did the night before, what the fuck he was talking about, what he ingested. He was going to go out and drop 50 on the Trailblazers or the Jazz. And Aaron Rodgers does that as well. He always shows up. I like Caleb Williams. I bet him to win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
All right. Where you at with I don't know if you got to see Urlacher on the show earlier this week. He had a different take than Tank Johnson, than Shaun King, than Matt, all these different guys that played in the NFL. He had a different take, and he's a Bear legend, Hall of Famer. He said he liked the fact that Caleb came out and told the veterans to pick up their shit. And Urlacher said you shouldn't have to tell anybody to pick up their shit when they're grown men. Take a listen real quick. Caleb addressing the team as a rookie who hasn't played it down yet, and saying pick up your shit.
I like it, man. You shouldn't have to be told to pick your shit up in the first place, in my opinion. You're a grown-ass man. If you're in the facility and you have a water cup or whatever, pick it up, throw it away. I have no problem with that. He gained some respect from me by doing that. Guys may not like it because he's a rookie. Doesn't matter who the hell it is. Pick your stuff up in the facilities. Just like at your house, I would think, it shows me he has respect for the people that work in the building, the custodians, the people who go around, the trainers, the equipment guys. They're the ones that have to pick up after you. It's not yourself. So when you leave shit laying around, someone's going to pick it up. He went up on my list quite a bit right there by saying that a lot of guys may not like that because he's a rookie. I don't care. You shouldn't have to be told by anybody to pick your shit up. I'm glad he had the balls to step up and do it and tell these guys to, it's our facility, take care of it. I got no problem with it. I like it.
100%.
Yeah, that's really well said. We all talk about pet peeves. One of my biggest pet peeves is people that just, regardless if it's their home, they just, they'll just throw shit out the window while driving. Like, eventually that's going to damage something. Like, someone's going to be affected by you throwing. Look at streets, the way people are. Like, hotel rooms, you got these people that most of the housekeepers are they try, they work hard. I have a real issue with that, even if it's not my house.
So take the counter argument from everyone else that's played, and they actually were like appalled by him saying it as a rookie because he hadn't put in his hadn't bled, sweat, and cried with the team yet. He hasn't played it down. Nobody knows really what he's going to do. We've had guys like Amani Toomer and guys that played 10, 12, 15 years in the league come out and say, hell no, you sound disingenuous because you're a rookie who has a lot of character questions by us as veterans who've been doing this for a long time. I agree with Brian totally. You shouldn't have to be told, but was the rookie saying it the right voice to say
Coach, here's where you and I disagree, and I think Smitty agrees as well. And I think when I hear the words character concerns, that means to me he,
criminal,
when a Desert Eagle went and stuck up a convenience store. That's a character concern. A character concern is he used a Draco and shot up a corner. Like that's a character concern. Not he paints his nails. I don't agree with it.
Let me clarify. You're right. I agree with what you just said. I want to be clear. I think people mean character as far as a football locker room guy.
But then I'll throw it back and say, what about this? What about, I agree. It goes back to like parenting and like how you were raised. You care about people. Look, custodians, albeit at an NFL facility, they're not making millions of dollars, right? Some of them are like just young people trying to make their way into some sort of pecking order in the football landscape of coaching or whatever. Going out and I read that he's big on the diet of Tom Brady.
TB12. Yep, he reached out to Alex Guerrero and learned the system. Yep.
Tom Brady became what he became, the greatest quarterback ever, arguably, by the food that he puts into his body. I realize every day more and more as I get older how important food, sleep, drinking water, how important that is, staying away from certain things. To me, that's impressive because as an adult, the guy that makes a lot of money like him, he could go out and eat, awful all the time. But he realizes putting that into your body is not good. It's not going to help you long term. Little things like that to me are more than just what he put. Look at the track guy that paints his nails, right?
No,
I haven't heard anybody saying shit about him.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you something. You're a Philly guy. You're right there. We had this argument last year or a debate. I was the one that brought it up. I think you called it too. There was a rift that we all. I said, and we didn't. Nobody still don't know, but with AJ Brown and Jalen and the Eagles organization, this week recently came out that Jalen Hurts and Sirianni have a rift and a major beef going on, and they need to figure it out because Sirianni is probably on the hot seat, and then they're not getting rid of Jalen Hurts. They paid him, so Sirianni will be the guy to go. That's the nature of the beast. Where are you at? Are you hearing anything there? Rumblings? What's going on? Is there a beef, or is it more of a wide receiver quarterback beef, or is it a Sirianni and quarterback beef?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I mean, and if I did, I'll tell you.
ESPN even brought it up, and then there was a report that they have a real serious beef. Apparently, Jalen Hurts. I haven't seen it. Someone sent it to me, but I don't know if it's real. But they're saying that Jalen Hurts has come out and said that this guy's a joke of a head coach as an offensive-minded guy. And all this
I haven't heard that.
If he said that was he ain't said that.
I find that hard to believe.
When it comes to college, even pro, I generally will go to the bloggers, the people that are there. Most of the league, most of the teams have an NBC type of podcast where they have writers that do a show. I haven't heard any beat people talk about that. And look, in this town, they'll do shit for stories. There are certain journalists that will do that. I haven't heard that. I've heard nothing but good things coming out of camp. That I think there are some tweaks they need to make, but all in all, I'm always wearing my heart in my sleeve with the Eagles. I'll tell you if I hear something. I've never heard that. And I had some info straight out on Big Dom right when it came out. So he knows everything down there. So if he hasn't said it, I don't buy it.
Staying with the Eagles too, though. Some news came out the other day. Nick Foles announces his retirement from the NFL. I guess I know he's a guy who's looked at like an Eagles legend. I think he has a statue or something like in the locker room.
Greatest quarterback of all time in the city. That simple.
Is he a Hall of Famer in your eyes?
Oh, here we go.
No, he's not a Hall of Famer, but he's an Eagles Hall of Famer. Like they'll honor him in 5 10
ring
years
honor guy, right? Ring honor
during a halftime show. Like what people need to realize is, and I know, like outside of Philadelphia, South Jersey, the area I live in, outside of that, no one will understand it. But the Eagles, they got there so many times, and 5 is right there too, right? McNabb, but he never won the big game. And what Nick Foles did. Carson Wentz was so good the whole season. Gets injured. And I remember, truly, I was on 15th and Norris. That's in North Philadelphia, not far from – I was going to a Temple game, and I'm parking, going to walk in and watch basketball. And I'm listening to WIP, the radio station, and this guy calls in and goes, I think it's about time. Wentz had just gotten injured. It's like the whole sky was falling down. The city it was like Black Friday. He calls in and says, well, is it time we give Colin Kaepernick a call? And Kaepernick had been out of the league for like a couple of years, and you just heard all sorts of shit. You know,
he ain't Ron Jaworski, but
right.
Yeah,
well, they're talking about, should we go out and look at, you know, Jeff Garcia? What's he up to now? And Nick Foles is right there. They pick him up. They win a couple of games. Them being at home is huge. And I'll tell you right now, one thing lost is how well he played against the Minnesota Vikings in that NFC.
Shout out to your girl. Shout out to your girl, Jeff Kelly. She just texted me laughing, and then I showed this for her.
Shout out to my homegirl, Kelly, man. Kelly in Vegas, man. We go way back.
I didn't even know she was in Paris. I just talked to Kelly yesterday.
She FaceTime while she was out there, man. She's living her life, man.
Hey, can't believe he thought this photo was a good idea. Kelly calls it like it is. I can't believe he thought this was a good idea either. I mean,
they're just having fun, JB. Stop it. Stop making something out of nothing all the time.
Is he the new Gok Gok?
Listen, I've always felt like RG3, he's a weird guy. I mean, he says some weird stuff. I think he's like kind of trying to be, you know, he gets what sells, right? The Skips, the Shannons. He wants to be that kind of hot take guy. And he's learned the Cardinal thing, JB, that I know you've learned. Sometimes I think you've learned this. Smitty, you have not learned this. When you are in content at any level, you can't have any shame, right? So like Nadu, I don't have any shame. I don't give a shit what you think about my haircut. I don't give a shit what you think about what I do on a daily basis. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm not going to not sleep. I don't care. I have no.
Hey, Smitty.
Why would you think I've learned that yet? I'm just curious. Say it. Go ahead and say it. No, go ahead and say it.
I don't know. Maybe you have. I haven't seen it totally just yet, but.
Is it because I don't like spaz out as much as y'all too? So y'all think I might be in fake?
Yeah, no, I think you and JB, like, you do generally disagree on certain things where, like, I think you feel like you got to go out and live a little bit. Look, would I go to Paris and do that photo? No.
I wouldn't either.
That said, I mean, how many times are you going to go to Paris in your life? You know?
That was my point, Smitty. That was my point to you, Smitty.
Let me ask you, JB. Let's say you go to like Albania, right? My country. There are certain beaches that are nude, right? A, would you go to a nude beach? Yes, you would, right? But B, would you be naked too, like everybody else? That's the kind of thing people do because, hey, it's a 1 in a million type thing. You're never going to do that, right?
I want it. I personally want it.
Right.
I'm gonna try it one time before I die for sure. It's on my list to do it one time.
Hey, Smitty, so you wouldn't take that Gok Gok picture, but then you defend it. That's what I'm asking.
I mean, use the word defend loosely. All I'm saying is I think sometimes we like that's not a topic. Like,
well, no, you said
it's him and a girl, him and a good-looking girl. Shout out to Kelly. That's
my point. That's my point. You're the nice guy. You like, he's having fun, JB. To me, I'll be like, that's some weird shit. That's all different.
I mean, but again, you've also said it at times. And listen, I don't care what social circle you're in. Some of your sexual behavior is weird to the point of like, to the point of that, like, people would think it's a bit zesty, let's just say. I'm just being honest.
His own. Well, it's each his own. My mouth's not wide open.
No, you're right. To each his own. But I mean, know.
As long as the girl's looking my ass, I don't see how it's weird.
I more have an issue with Griffin and that photo. Is he married?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of a weird photo to take as a married man.
Right.
Like if it were just him and he's like, you know, it's okay. But
Kelly's the homegirl. Kelly ain't. She chilling. Good people. Shout out to Kelly, man. I'm gonna call you after this. We gonna talk business.
Kelly's good.
We ain't worry about all that.
Yeah, but I have no problem.
Kelly don't fuck with brothers. She don't want to talk to you
on the business side. She do.
Let's move on.
Don't call Kelly racist on this show. Don't bash her name like that.
I'm not calling her racist. She just.
What you calling her then? If you say a motherfucker don't fuck with brothers, what does that mean? Don't cough, motherfucker. Look,
I think she doesn't. She doesn't.
She told me she don't. She like tells me he's got no shot. That's what she said.
Show me the. Well, one, I don't want a shot because I'm a married man. Two, if I wasn't married man, I can have what I want to have. Three, she didn't say that. Four, you're a liar.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
He always lies. Moving on though, Lane Kiffin tweets out a passage from the book "Winning Isn't Normal," and he's now being sued by the author for copyright infringement. The author is known for suing over infringement. Man. What's going on here, JB? What information do you have? This is interesting to say the least. The author is Dr. Keith Bell. They say he's known for comedy suing over infringement. Do you think this is like a scam? He just trying to find a way to get some money?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
100%.
cool.
Let me tell you something. I can't tell you the last day I went through where I wasn't threatened to be sued. It happens all the time. I'm going to sue you. Do it. I'll wait for the fucking subpoena. Fuck off. Like, I'm not worried about that. Like, people think they can sue because let's say I say JB's a fat fucking ugly prick. You can't sue someone over that. Now, if I say JB is a chomo, he can sue me over that. It's not true. Like, people don't get what you can sue and can't sue over. Just because you say a sentence one time doesn't mean no one else can ever say that sentence, which is what this guy's trying to say.
Yeah.
I hear you.
By the way, just to confirm, that is not Kelly in the photo of Robert Griffin.
No. Kelly's commenting. Kelly's commenting.
But we no, the way I ain't gonna lie. I thought we showed it real quick. I thought it was Kelly in the picture.
No, let's make sure we don't do Kelly wrong. Yeah. Kelly is commenting and saying that's a weird ass fucking picture to take.
It does look like her though.
Yeah, no, that's not Kelly.
Oh, that changes everything. That erases what Jeff said earlier because Jeff 2 minutes ago was saying that like he said ain't RG3 married? JB said yeah.
My apology. Yeah.
So I think we all three thought that was Kelly. I think JB did too because
I told Betty bring it in because Jeff and Kelly are cool, and I said I want to see Kelly's comment. That's all.
Okay, it was a misunderstanding. Yeah, it was a misunderstanding because I think ain't that why you asked if she was married, Jeff? Because you were saying if he's married, that's a weird thing to say. Okay.
I thought that's a weird photo to take.
Shout out to Kelly, man. Shout out to Kelly, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jeff, I know you wanted to dive into some college football. I'm gonna let you jump in and do your thing here, and we got about 2 minutes left.
Jeff and I were gonna do a little preview just to get a little bit out there since we're gonna be on Winnable and the season's about to start. Jeff's excited. I think there's 2 weeks left. Let's dive into a few big games, Jeff. On the
two
slate.
Saturdays without college football. Yeah.
2 Saturdays. What's the games that stick out to you? I know Georgia Tech, Florida State, right? Is that first?
Yeah, I mean, you got week 0, which you'll see, a couple of matchups on the 30th, I believe it is, or 24th, one of those. I mean, straight out, August 31st, I know this isn't going to necessarily move the needle a ton, but obviously Clemson, Georgia's a game people are excited about. But Penn State, West Virginia, Penn State's really interesting because last year we heard, they had the best defense in America, really outside of Michigan, Ohio State, but they couldn't move the football. Drew Aller really struggled. Their offensive coordinator was lost. They've got a new offensive coordinator this year, Mike Koltanicki, I believe his name is. He was at Kansas, did some good things with Jaden Daniels there. They need to get him out, move around. I think he can make the throws. They bring in Julian Fleming, who was at Ohio State on the outside there in the slot. I think that offense can only go up. That said, one of my big losers last year was West Virginia. I thought this team was bad, like 2-3 win bad. I thought Neil Brown was on his way out. They won 9 games last year. I don't know how they did it. They were a lot more in that game against Penn State than I thought they would be early in the season. That's an interesting game in Morgantown. It's going to be crazy in West Virginia down there. That's a big game. That's an interesting game to me.
Hey, Jeff, I'm going to jump all over the place and go across the country all over on you and just get some takes and how it correlates with betting. Texas lost a primetime running back, their starter, who started as a true freshman last year in practice. How does that affect betting Texas this year for all the Austin Hook'em Horn fans? How does that affect them going forward as far as a team? Are they a national title contender as everyone predicted now?
Well, they not only lost him, but they lost, A.Q. Mitchell, Xavier Worthy, I believe Jordan Whittington. They lost a lot of talent there. But again, if you're a good football team, a top 3-4 team, you go out and reload. And they went out and reloaded at the receiver position. At running back, they brought in a kid, Jaden Blue. He played at Temple at one point, a good player. They're going to get the talent there. I'm not real worried about that. They have, to me, the Heisman Trophy favorite in Quinn Ewers, who I bet at 10-1. I think it's a strong play. When you look at the 12-team playoff this year, even the 4-team playoff, the only Heisman Trophy people you should be betting are people that are going to be relevant in late December, people that are actually going to be, far in the playoff. And I'm not talking about Liberty, who's going to lose in the first round of the playoff. can a team go and make the title and win the title game? And Quinn Ewers can absolutely do that. I think there's a lot of unproven business there, unfinished business with Sarkisian. You make the move to the SEC. The problem is, I would say outside of Georgia, the SEC's down a little bit. Look, Ole Miss will be better, but you would think Alabama's not going to be what they normally are. Missouri's good. Can they make the move up? Kentucky's going to be down. Tennessee's, fringe more down. It's time now if you're Texas.
A&M, we don't know.
A&M, I do like Mike Elko, though. That's a great hire. Cooper Wegman, their quarterback, was injured most of the season last year. They're going to be a tough team. They got a good defense there. They'll be a good underdog bet for me as a gambler. 7-8 point dogs. I'll be interested in them. And I think next year they're going to be very good. Mike Elko did real good things at Duke.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Transitioning real quick. There's new leagues this year. Oregon has to battle Ohio State and Michigan. Can Lanning get over the hump and win one as a young coach? They got unlimited resources in Nike and Phil Knight giving them an NIL deal saying, we're going to give you whatever we want. It's been thrown out there. What do you see in that division, in that conference? And is Michigan dealing with all the bullshit the NCAA keeps throwing at them, trying to suspend a guy that's not even coaching anymore in the NFL now, and Harbaugh? Now Coach Moore has to take this on. New players. Defense is still, I believe, top 5 in the country. Offensively, though, I believe they lost a lot to the NFL. Where's your expectations of that conference? And is Oregon and Ohio State the cream of the crop? Penn State better? Michigan still going to be a formidable opponent?
I mean,
Iowa's defense is always good, but offensively, what's going to happen there? SC, UCLA. I mean, it's a different deal now.
I mean, if you asked me a month and a half ago, I'd have told you Ohio State. I think, though, Oregon is the favorite. I think you have to put the Ducks there. I mean, here's the difference between Ohio State and Oregon. Ohio State doesn't know who their quarterback is just yet. I think it's probably Will Howard, but is it the freshman, Julian Sayin? I really don't know. Dylan Gabriel is a proven commodity. Dylan Gabriel was good at UCF. He was good at Oklahoma. It really doesn't matter where Dylan Gabriel is. In that offense, in that stacked group, he is going to put up a lot of points. They're going to be a top 5 offense, no question. And UJB made it clear, and you're right, that defense is really good, particularly in the secondary. They bring back, I believe, every starter in the secondary outside of strong safety. That's going to be a real defense. And throw in, they do get Ohio State in Autzen. So that's a little bit of an underrated fact as well. And to me, if it is Will Howard, I'm taking Dylan Gabriel over Will Howard. I'm not telling you Will Howard can't be the guy, but look, I thought Kyle McCord would be the guy, and he wasn't. And he had really no excuse with Smith and Jigba, with some of the, the one other kid they had. He went to the NFL. They had talent last year, and he wasn't able to do anything with it.
Harrison, yeah.
So I'm gonna lean Oregon to win the whole thing. Something tells me though Ohio State wins the Big Ten. Both are gonna get in though. So
yeah. Let me ask you something. This first week's slate is always kind of slow. There's a lot of teams that it's a money game. Like Delaware State has to travel to Hawaii, and that's a fucking 10-hour flight. I mean, there's a lot of these games. There's Duquesne and Toledo.
That's a 10-hour flight from the West Coast. I don't know what it is from Delaware.
Yeah, 16? Well, it's 5 hours from here, so it's probably 12 hours. Yeah.
It is the first game of the season, though, which you can leave whenever you want. If that's week 2, that's rough.
Yeah, it's week 1, but the game on that slate is Georgia Tech, Florida State on the 24th. 15 days from now, 2 weeks. What are you expecting there? Florida State with DJ, Georgia Tech. Their win last year that got them on the map was Miami. The debacle there by Mario Cristobal that Steve Kim still can't live down. Where are you at with that game?
Yeah, this is an interesting conference because a lot of people will tell you Florida State's your favorite, and I think it's deserving. Probably should have been in the playoff last year. They got unlucky with Jordan Travis going out. Nobody wanted to see a third-string quarterback in a playoff, and for good reason. If it were this year, they'd have been in, and we'd have had to deal with it. what is DJU? I don't know what he is. I thought he was a game manager last year at Oregon State. I didn't think he was bad. I didn't think he was good. He wasn't great at Clemson. I don't know what he is there. Mike Norvell, this is one of his better teams. There's really no excuse if you're DJ. They have a good defense. They did lose Jared Verse. But I have Georgia Tech as kind of an interesting team. I think their group defensively were really, really good last year. I mean, they really made a big move getting rid of Jeff Collins. Haynes King did a nice job. I'm curious of what the number will be in that game. I think it's – I had it just here in front of me. Tech's getting 12. I don't know if that's a neutral or what, but isn't it in Dublin, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
if that's true, I got to see where this number goes, but that's a big number for DJ. This isn't Jordan Travis. This isn't Jameis Winston. I didn't pick Florida State to win this conference personally, but they do have a solid team. We'll see. It's kind of
from everything we've heard in the offseason, Clemson hasn't lost a lot in the portal. They didn't take a lot in the portal. That's a Dabo Swinney thing. They have the highest graduation rate because their players actually stick together. We don't know how good those players are that are graduating.
We don't care about that, though.
They got the #1 graduation class against the worst in the country in Georgia. That'll be week 2, August 31st. That's the biggest game on the slate. Where are you at with Georgia, Clemson, 2 perennial powers going off right out the gate?
Listen, Coach, you were there. You were changing kids' lives. Smitty, you know what? At the end of the day, getting a coach to take it to the NFL is great, but if you become a good man and you're a solid human being for a long period of time, that's what really matters. And if we're talking about that with Dabo Swinney, yeah, he's one of the old throwbacks, the John Thompson types. But that said, it's passed him by. The transfer portal has passed him by. It's one of the reasons that Clemson is not a proverbial top 4 team anymore. And it's not been a year or two. It's been 4 years now. This team hasn't been what we thought they'd be. I thought last year, adding Garrett Riley, that would give Cade Klubnik a big step forward. They didn't get that. They lose Will Shipley. They lose Justin Ross. They lose Joseph Ngata a couple of years ago. They don't have those big-time players necessarily anymore. And look, is the defense good? Yeah, but you did lose some talent too. So I can't graciously say they're going to be in that game. Georgia's really good. I think if you're going to catch Georgia, it's week 1, just because how does Carson Beck look without Brock Bowers, who is kind of a big kind of safety valve for him? He is the Heisman favorite. It's Georgia. I lean Georgia in that game, though. 14's a lot, though. That's 2 touchdowns. Do I see them winning 31-10? I'm not so sure. I think that's more of like a 27-17 type of game. So if I'm going to get 14 or higher, I'd lean Clemson, but we still 3 weeks away from that game.
Yeah, we'll pick that as the weeks come, but there's games on that slate. Florida-Miami is the same day. That's a game that people will watch.
I'll tell you what, your show really opened my eyes on the Florida program. I remember last time I was on here, it was right before you got to me when you still had Shaun on the show, and you looked at kind of the body language of that Florida player. Smitty was mentioning, what kind of technique is that? You look at the GAs, they're not saying a fucking word. And this concerns me because this was a defense last year that wasn't very good. It seems like Billy Napier seems like a guy that people are quitting on, maybe 5-6 games in. Another guy to keep an eye on, a team that I'm high on this year, but I'm concerned because of their coach, Minnesota, with PJ Fleck. Something tells me that row the boat crap is getting old up there. And the thing about Minnesota is, I think on paper, Max Brosmer, the quarterback coming in, he was at New Hampshire, threw for more yards than anyone in America in FCS last year. They haven't had a player like that in a while at Minnesota. Can he step up and do that against, Michigan and Penn State and some of those high-end defenses in the cold? We'll see.
And on that same slate, there's not a lot going on that week.
Hey, Coach, let me throw out a little bit of advice to you guys. Sometimes you got to read what the line's telling you in these games. And I think a lot of the time college football and college basketball is about the personnel itself and what will the players actually do, who's playing, a scheme, coaching, whatever. Now, this was, I think, 2 months ago, you and I had that argument with those goofs at Colorado, those Twitter Space
yeah,
people.
Yeah.
And I've been looking at the number in this game. At that time, Colorado was a 6.5-point favorite, right? They were telling anybody that would listen, they're going to fuck North Dakota State up. And I said to myself, if that game gets to 7, I'm going to take the Bison. I look at the number the other day. It's now up to 9. And I'll tell you right now, the people betting that game early are sharp gamblers, smart people. They hear stuff. Something tells me that game is Colorado's up 24-17 with 4 minutes to go. State's driving. They can't convert. Colorado goes down and kicks a field goal to make it a 2-score game, and that ends 27-17. Something tells me the public who don't like Colorado, I'm not a Colorado guy, but I think what do we start hearing? Oh, Prime's back. Look who they just beat. They shut off everything from the outside. All that crap that was reported this week. Something tells me Colorado's going to get the job done there.
Really? You were picking them to lose first game.
I was, but the thing about it is, one thing I'm noticing about North Dakota State, and I got to look more into the FCS this year, but it almost seems like some other teams are starting to get to their talent level. South Dakota State, some of those other groups. And I worry that there was a great handicapper years ago that used to tell me, sometimes you just got to look at the personnel and say, who's got the stronger, more athletic, more physical athletes. And this reminds me a lot of the MAC against the Power 5. No offense. If you strictly the first 3 weeks of the season bet against MAC teams, against Power 5 teams, you will win long term. So Ball State against Florida State, or Cincinnati against Memphis, or like there's a stark issue there.
And let me ask you this one. And that the next day on their own, and then the next day after that, there's 2 games after the 31st. The first is the big one, LSU SC in Vegas. That is a big game. And then the next day, the second is a sleeper game that you got to be careful on. Florida State, Boston College. Assuming they get through Georgia Tech unscathed. Those 2 games right there, just looking ahead. Are those 2 games interesting on the betting side?
Well, remember, BC almost beat Florida State last year. That was one of their kind of hangover games. LSU's interesting. I think, those 2 teams, them and USC, it's kind of, what do we have with these teams, right? LSU lose Jaden Daniels. They lose a bunch of talent at receiver. Brian Thomas, a couple of guys went into the league. I think they'll be okay. They were kind of a fringe, really good team last year. Beat up Alabama. And USC's the same thing. What's Miller Moss, right? Is that offense, do they translate? I think the offense will translate to the Big Ten. Can the defense? And that's been the issue for Lincoln Riley, whoever's there, right? They just can't get enough stops. And I think that's going to be your undoing there, because that conference has some real good defenses, right? Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa. Some of the fringe top 6-7 teams in the Big Ten are really good on defense. Even go down to the bottom, like Purdue. Purdue's a good defense. You got to step up. Plus, throw in the travel, that kind of thing. Not going to be easy.
First few weeks, I'm just looking, and there's Texas, Michigan, week 2.
Team that I like. This is September 13th. So what is that? Week 2. It's right around the NFL start. Team I'm pretty high on this year, Arizona. Even though they lost Jed Fish.
K-State.
And the coach they brought in, Brett Brennan, was really good at San Jose. Did some good things with a limited group there. They have Noah Fafita back. I think he's a top quarterback, a guy who could really make a leap. The Big 12's kind of a flip this year. No Oklahoma. K-State's a group that's replacing Will Howard. Still a good running back group, but can they be as good defensively? Arizona is strong, man. They retain their top receiver, and that team just
I think is the best in the country, by the way.
Yeah. And they're getting 7.5 points in Manhattan. Never easy to go there and win. But
I believe they have the best quarterback and receiver combo in the country. I believe that Fafita is the best NFL wise, and I think their wideout's the best. So I think they're going to put up godly numbers. There's another game though right out the gate. There's 2 games on that week 3rd, September 14th, 13th, 14th slate. South Carolina, LSU. South Carolina to me is a sleeper team to watch for, but that's a big league game right out the gate that either team can afford to lose. And then you got Alabama, Wisconsin. To me, is a very interesting game. And if I was a bettor, I'd probably, even though I'm not high on Luke Fickell, I'm not high on that Wisconsin team, but that's a sleeper game for Alabama that can bite you. Wisconsin.
It could be. Don't be surprised if Wisconsin kind of bounces back this year, though. I mean, this is Luke Fickell's 2nd year there.
Yeah. And the problem with them last year, and I felt like I diagnosed this pretty early, is I don't think they knew what they were on offense. They go from being under the previous coach, Paul, what's his name? They go from being one of the slowest run-heavy offenses in America to this kind of weird offense where you have a quarterback that wants to throw the football every play. It was just kind of odd. I don't think they really knew what they were. I want to go to Wisconsin, though, in November. That's kind of an issue to me. LSU, I don't know. Is the covered bear there? Going from Daniels to Nussmeier, from Neighbors and Thomas to what they have now, that's a big loss. South Carolina, though, I don't know. I have them towards the bottom of the SEC. I like Shane Beamer a lot, but you lose Spencer Rattler, who was quietly very good. I think their defense is what's going to make that team. Paul Chryst. You remember when he was at Wisconsin, and don't get me wrong, they had some great running backs there.
Right.
Ron Payne and, Melvin Gordon, and they had some great players, but I just thought they were stuck, coach, between, and what I'm talking about, pass heavy, air raid offense, and we want to run and run a play every 25 seconds type team.
For sure. I get that, man. We're going to see, man. We right around the corner for football. I'm so excited that we finally here, man. I always feel like the offseason is so damn long from both college football and NFL, and
you're not lying.
Too much longer now, man. So
you're not lying. It's been a long. Seems like spring summer's been real long, and I'm looking forward to it. One other quick point before we wrap up. I know we're about the top of the hour here. August 31st. You're gonna have to wait very long. I talked about the gap between South Dakota State and some of the top FCS teams. Coach, South Dakota State is right there. I mean, put Dallas Goedert into the league, put some good players in the league. Oklahoma State better watch out. Mike Gundy's team, I think they'll be a real good offense. They bring back a lot of talent this year. I'm not real sure they're very good on defense, though. They don't have that Emmanuel Ugba type player up front anymore. Gundy might get into a little shootout with South Dakota State, and in a shootout, I'll gladly take 10.5 points. Oklahoma State, look, could drop 50 and win 51-13, but I got a hard thought that South Dakota State hangs in that game.
There you go, man. Got a little sleeper right there, little sleeper. But we're gonna end this show off, man, the way that we all know how, man. We are all foodies, we all fat as hell. So we got to end with a food topic, man. Seahawks legend Cam Chancellor was making a burger at his restaurant and bar, Legion Sports in Bellevue, Washington. Check this out.
A guest ordered a smash burger, but our
This is
chef
up your
got
alley,
weird
JB.
because Mercury is in Gatorade, so I got to work. First, I grabbed onions from our onion bush and potatoes from our potato tree.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
Well,
that's awesome.
Prep the fries. Voila. Onions.
Where is he?
Uh-oh.
Must be the onions.
It's Philly
Salt
special
from the
right
tier
there.
to
I
Super
believe.
49. Bam, bam, smash. Like a pro. Aged American cheese from Italy.
Flat grill burger is my new thing. I've been killing them.
Big
They're
cheese.
great.
That
Fresh
cheese is
baked
bad.
bread.
Smash burger, unbelievable.
Cam special sauce.
Ooh.
House pickles.
Ooh.
Fresh
Lettuce from the
cut.
garden.
Ooh, a little bacon on that thing.
All right, here's
Hot
the thing.
tour on that
Cajun
thing.
fries.
What is the Old Bay?
Shake.
In and out. Watch this. Season your fries. In and out. Golly.
Stop playing.
Looks very
Give me the
good.
Bam, bam, smash, bro.
Here's my thing on this. If I could start, and I'm sure JB will agree. I like it. I like the farm to table stuff. Like that's super cool. I like the fresh cut pickles, the seasoning of the fries. Enough with the smash burgers. Like I've seen enough content on that. Look very good, but we've all had a good burger. We get it. Number two, he made a comment at the beginning of that video where he touched on something called Mercury retrograde. Okay. Do your fucking research on Mercury retrograde. That shit is real, man.
What is that shit? I always hear people say that, but like when random shit happens and there's shit, it must be the Mercury retrograde. I'm like, what does that even mean?
It happens a few times a year, and your zodiac sign is generally it's a month generally, and your zodiac sign is affected. It's not the whole time, but things will happen, both positive and negative for you, and it's all too familiar and coincidental. And it's going on right now in August.
How do you know? So, for example, I'm a Capricorn. Birthday's in January. So it has to happen in the month of your birthday, or when you?
I don't believe you're affected. It's Cancers, Leos, Geminis. Look it up. Everyone's affected in general. Where like different things will affect different people, but Mercury retrograde you'll feel lethargic at times, a little foggy.
Jeff, I don't know, man. You're always the one that comes on here and calls JB out and calls him a conspiracy theorist. You might be on the conspiracy theory side this time, Jeff.
You also notice the weather's poor a lot of the time. You'll have 4 or 5 days in a row where it's wet and rainy and cloudy.
Hey, Jeff.
Just weird things happen.
Hey, Jeff, we're getting ready. Sean Salisbury and I and you are going to be doing a pre-NFL game show every Sunday.
Yeah.
I just was with him at Pat's house in Arizona. He's excited about that. He's got his own platform that he's a GM of that's getting some traction. It's an app that he's doing, a sports app that he does some stuff on. So we'll be doing that with him. We're going to go dark for the next 2 weeks as we prep the studio, get ready for the season with our guests and everything. But I will be doing shows. I'll be doing a political show and a rant every day. So don't believe that we're still here. Follow Jeff. Jeff's still doing his stuff.
Well, that might mean you're not going to be back for football season. By the way, Coach, one thing I like about you with your cooking content, I've never seen you do smash burgers. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't film them. I've been doing it because I put it in a flat grill. And
I did film it a couple times. JB,
yeah,
like I'm good on that.
Jeff, is that your guys are actually opposite right now. JB's saying he's been doing smash burgers heavily lately.
Like all the clowns around here, all they do
I don't film it usually though.
All they do is smash burgers and fucking cheesesteaks. Like we get it, okay? Enough.
Yeah.
Hey, JB, did you tell Jeff your breaking news of your other new show that you'll be starting too?
My OnlyFans.
What do you mean?
It's not really legit yet. I'm in the process.
Earlier he was all hyped and excited and stuff. Now he's like,
what do you mean OnlyFans?
I'm gonna do a sports show with a naked broad.
He told me about that.
It's official now though. Like it's happening now. Like he found the girls. He got I did a practice run and hot.
I thought of you the other day. I was watching. There's a casino in your area called Hustler. I don't know if you ever that. Yeah, they do this stream on every night. It's like really popular. 10, 12,000 people watch it. And they get they'll pick people out of the poker room and just do like a live stream. They got this one Japanese chick. She comes walking in one night with her cleavage out and just happens to, nip slip. Like it was like the most viewed episode they ever had. So
that's where Steve Kim and Mario Lopez do their boxing show.
Yeah. So yeah. She's on there a lot. She plays crazy. People love women, especially men. It's no secret.
That's what I'm saying. Man.
We don't like women at all. So
you're gonna talk sports. I don't like women in sports, but I
JB hate women. But Jeff, man, we appreciate you, my guy, man. We're gonna be on this 2-week hiatus, man.
Hey, Jeff, are you on show? Are you got your show? Are you doing shows?
Like my mob show? Yeah.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Make sure you follow Jeff, TikTok, YouTube. We'll be back. We'll be back at 2. We're getting ready to go to the studio. We gotta get Jeff out here. I got some things going, Jeff, on some other things I talked about. Maybe try to get some out here, get through some content on the water. Got something in the works there. We'll see.
No show Monday.
No show for the next 2 Mondays.
Next 2 Mondays, yeah. We're
But
gonna be
next
back on the
Thursday,
20th.
JB and I will have some content to share for you guys on social media. We're gonna be live and in person. We can't tell you where we're gonna be at, but we're gonna be around some high rollers, some big money, some billionaires, some trillionaires, and some millionaires next Thursday. So be on the lookout. Make sure you follow myself, Jeff, and JB on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere.
I wish we had more time. I have a story for you guys I wanted to tell, but I won't.
Tell it.
Well, you got to tell it now because this is our last show. It might be last show forever.
It'll only take 2 minutes. So as you guys know, I go to the barbershop every Friday. I get a haircut at 3:00. I'm in there last week. Okay, there's this barber. He's not my barber. He's another barber, Muslim dude. He's always selling oils and shit. Like he he's always coming from the mosque. And he comes in, he's cutting his dude, and him and I always talk about sports or whatever. And the Olympics are on, and he's like, "Man, fuck them dudes. They ain't real athletes." Keep in mind, it's a 10,000 meter race, right? They're running 7 miles. And then we start talking, and he goes, he did time in prison. He goes, let me ask you, you know Jake Paul? I'm like, I don't know him. I know who he is. He goes, I wish I had an opportunity to fight that guy in the street. He's like, I'd fuck him up. And he's like, he asked another dude, he's like, yo, I'd fuck him up, wouldn't I? And the dude's like, yeah, you would. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're not beating Jake Paul. Like, you're a fucking... And there was this big back and forth. I leave. 2 days later, I get the most wanted sent to me every day from around here. And I look at this picture, this dude, of a cutting that happened the week before at a club that I was at, that I saw this dude at. And I look at the picture, and I'm like, I call my barber. I'm like, yo, that ain't this guy, right? And he picked him up here this morning. And I'm like, he's sitting there talking to me about beating Jake Paul when he just cut somebody. Hit him with murder one. And he's locked up. And I'm like, I guess we're not doing with that Jake Paul thing now. He's talking about, he had an idea called cell fights where we just get a real boxer and we put him into a cell with like a prison guy, and we see who comes out.
So he could die? So they could kill him?
No, he didn't.
Shank him?
He didn't agree to it. He didn't agree to dying, but whoever taps or quits first. So like he made a comment to me that if he got Floyd Mayweather in a cell, he would walk out and Floyd wouldn't. And I made the comment, I don't think you would even hit him. And he's like, you're fucking nuts. You're crazy. I'm like, okay.
I mean, a street fight's different than boxing. I'll say that. So if it's just like some street fight, I can grab you and all that. It's a little different.
And then before I left, he got a guy on the phone and was like, and I get it was his friend, but like, he was like, yeah, he's tough, bro. So I got the feeling that if something needed to be done, and he did this allegedly for no reason, like he just did it.
Well, maybe you need to put some money on his books and just have him part of your team, just in case, for a rainy day.
Yeah, I thought about going up and visiting him because he's in local here. But
put 200 on his books so he can get some honey buns and a pack of squares and just kind of.
I'm gonna catch up with my barber today and see if he's made bail or what. But
Pac-Man, you soft as shit, soft as baby shit. You couldn't see me anywhere, field, in the cell, in public, at a bar, on the basketball court, on the tennis court, on the hopscotch court, in an apartment, in a house, in a staircase, in a
by the way,
anywhere.
Floyd Mayweather fights in 2 weeks.
You type online, but don't do nothing. But all y'all soft in the chat. All y'all soft. All y'all soft.
Hey, Coach, you want a piece of content? Me and Steve Kim watched the John Gotti III Floyd fight.
Oh yeah, when is that?
24th.
Ooh, I might be on the water. You have to come.
I don't know what time it'll be, but I mean, John Gotti III. You got Floyd.
Have you and Steve talked?
I haven't. No.
We're about to hook that up.
Yeah, good idea.
All right. Hey, well, enjoy the weekend. Have some Stellas, and I'll hit you up. I'll see you this week. I'll hit you up.
Yeah. See you later, man.
Peace. Shout out. We'll be back in the 26th. We're back for the football season. We'll be breaking down that first game, Georgia Tech, Florida State, and then we'll be on the big board with the film, with all that. I don't know if Smitty will be here or not, but we're gonna be going. We're gonna be going. Let's go. Let's get it going. Hey, send me Skip's number.
Hey, JB. Hey, whatever, man. It's been fun. It's been fun. Hey, y'all, man. 2 weeks. We're gonna be back. We're gonna go from there, man. We can't end like that. Hold on, JB. We gotta end a little bit more. That shit's soft as fuck. Let's go back. Like, come on, do something hype. Do something, JB. Do something.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. Appreciate everybody.
No, Bailey, don't do it. Come on, JB.
Follow the show. Be doing some live stuff.
That's fucking shitty too. Come on, JB.
I'm gonna do some political stuff by myself. I'm doing some straight Trump stuff, Trump shirt, Trump everything, and I'll be doing a daily rant. And stay tuned. I might have some other news coming. I'll do a video of it if I get it, and then there's gonna be some shit if I get it, and then Smitty won't be allowed with it, but we'll see. See what happens.
Hey man, JB energy low. It sucks. He can't maintain the energy for 3 hours, but I can. I do.
Hey, real quick, time out. You can't hear it but I got a saw going on and I got a kitchen being redone. So I got saws in there. I got dogs I got to feed. I got to figure that out. I got a bunch of Mexicans here. I got a lot of work to do. I got some Mexicans in the house. Shout out to Mo Martin. We got it up. Jerry Port, shout out to Jerry and Dave. Maybe go have a drink this weekend. I don't know. We'll do something. Smitty ducking and dodging like usual. Hey, win on me, win on 3. See you on the 26th.
1, 2, 3, win.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the ass a rap.